Well, good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
How you been, buddy?
Oh, pretty good. How are you doing today, Shane?
Hey, man, I was sorry we didn't get a chance to hook up over the weekend, man. We kind of ended up doing something else.
Hey, you're good. No worries. Hey, we're in the first minute of our AM shift, baby.
I hear something big might be happening with the coroner today.
It sure is. 12:30 o'clock today. We get a press conference, and we hopefully get some answers as to the results of the autopsy and the actual cause of death for Miss Gabby Petito. Hopefully we get some big ass news today. You know what I mean?
This dude, man.
Yeah.
He is not in the woods. There's no way he's in the woods anymore. I don't know.
I don't think so either. I think if he is, he's dead. I think if he is, he's killed himself. Like, straight up. Like, I'm at that point of, like, in this investigation, like, he's potentially been in so many places where, like, that are just too highly fucking populated. You know what I mean? Like, there's just no way that he.
And I hear over the weekend they found that, what was it, the Asian chick in California?
Very potentially found Lauren Cho. They still haven't identified the bodies the body openly, but it's pretty obvious that it's Lauren Cho. You know what I mean?
And it's because Brian Laundrie murdered Gabby.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
Yeah.
It's sad. Because they looked for her, but I think they put more effort into it, or I don't even know. I didn't even read the article, man. I just kind of skimmed that they potentially found her. So
yeah, what's weird about the Lauren Cho case, man, is it was in Yucca Valley, and there's been a lot of women going missing out of Yucca Valley.
Yeah, you were seeing that, bro. Like some kind of underground something going on, maybe like selling,
Yeah.
But it's early for me, man. I apologize.
Oh, hey, no, you're fine. Hey, you're in good company in that, man. I definitely think that, like, I thought it was trafficking, but now it's pretty clear that there's a serial predator in Yucca Valley. Like, there has to fucking be.
Like, or something close by, and he just goes to Yucca.
That's his killing field. It's somebody's fucking killing field for sure.
How many has it been calculated?
Fuck, I want to say we were up to like 12, 13 in the last couple of years.
Holy shit, just in Yucca, huh?
Yeah, which, if you follow like rates of prolific serial killers, that's pretty intense. That vibes like more than one person. A serial killer, typically the ones that we've caught and we've quantified their thinking, right? It seems like they'll have periods. BTK's a good example, right? You get a couple homicides a year, and then he might stay quiet for 5.
It was 11 launch weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. But I pulled up some of the articles from our news channels in Discord and thought maybe I'd go through a few of them. Chilling call. Dog the Bounty Hunter speculates Brian Laundrie called his parents from scene immediately after killing Gabby Petito. That's some spicy dog speculation. I think you shared this in the Discord, and it kind of got me. Oh, excuse me. That allergy pill's kicking in, boy. There's some funky weather going on today.
Oh, it's supposed to be the next couple mornings. It's going to be in the 40s, brother.
That's so crazy. I gotta go get a hoodie. I gotta maybe get one of these Merc hoodies or something. I didn't bring a hoodie with me. I moved here in the middle of July. I meant to, but never did.
And as a Merc hoodie pops up like a limited edition, I'm all in it.
Yeah, I'm straight. I'm gonna have to design one today. Get with Stan Odie and maybe see if we can't get a or something. I want to do like a Hanukkah Merc hoodie or something too. But
would be sick.
Yeah. Do you think Brian would have called his parents immediately after killing Gabby, because I just don't buy that shit. I think Dog's speculating heavy.
If he did, man, I don't think it was. I don't think he called them and was like, "Hey, man, I just killed this chick." You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because the parents, as guilty as they may seem, they were doing family shit when he came home.
Exactly.
Instead of like, I don't know, man. Like they went to Fort DeSoto. Cassie saying she went over there for the day. I mean, that's like family shit. That's like, hey, man, we're here having a good time. Come hang out.
That doesn't vibe like they knew.
At that particular moment, I don't think they did.
I don't either. And I think Dog might be full of shit with that speculation. And we've kind of adopted, I don't know if you tuned in yesterday, we adopted kind of an official position on Dog the Bounty Hunter as a channel. I did a stream yesterday, is Dog the Bounty Hunter problematic, and asked the Murkies. And the Murkies kind of general consensus is he doesn't deserve another chance. And everybody kind of fell into a, like that Zimmy line of thinking, like, dude's a hack and needs to fucking stop.
Yeah, what did they say? He's like 69 or something?
Yeah, 68-year-old TV star. Yeah.
There's no way. Yeah, he's walking through the water. Okay, and we see him. He ain't running nobody down. He is not running nobody down.
Exactly. And as we know, he busted his fucking ankle in that swamp, and now he's in Colorado just taking digital leads. And hey, I've never heard of a bounty hunter putting up a bounty on someone they're chasing. They're there to collect one. What the fuck is he doing?
Yeah, hey, you might be me, man, but I can't get your stream up, man.
Oh, weird.
Let me see. I got internet. It just keeps.
As we know.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Okay, good. Beautiful.
It was just spinning there for a minute, man.
Yeah. Hey, greetings from Montana in the chat, boy. Shane, you ever been to Montana?
No, I want to so bad, though.
I want to go visit. I want to visit Montana for sure. I've been through a couple of times, but it was always to play a show or something. I never got to spend too long. Hey, good morning, all you Murkies. I see you guys filing in. Thank you. Kind of an experiment today, too. We've got some spicy Brian Laundrie content. We did a tarot reading on Brian Laundrie for us that I found particularly fascinating. So when we get more people in here, I want to kind of...
Oh, man. I did one with unicorn poop like Thursday. Oh, dude, let me tell you. Whoa.
Yeah.
Like I never would believe tarot. Okay, that's just not my thing. Like I would be at carnivals and festivals. You see the little tarot tent. I walk by. I'm like, whatever, right?
Yeah.
People believe what they believe, but I'm gonna tell you. I said, you know what? I said, let's do this. Let's pick 3 cards or whatever. Holy shit, dude.
Yeah. Well, Unicorn did one on Shane Dawson, the YouTuber, for us last night.
Yeah.
And I kept a question in my head. And yeah, my reactions on stream, I'm still clipping it together, but holy shit, it had me rolling. Like,
dude. Yeah. The second card we pulled was Devil card.
Yeah. Oh shit, boy. Oh shit. See, the kind of personal insight you can glean from some of these methods of introspection is kind of how I look at stuff like tarot, right? It's a method of introspection. I've learned a lot of different ways to meditate and stuff like that, and it's genuinely a fascinating place to at least get some like thought-provoking stimuli. You know what I mean? Like you get some serious stimuli from tarot and stuff like that. And, I've watched like 5 readings. Yeah, on Brian Laundrie. Yeah, we did it. We did a reading. Az did a reading for us, and it was fucking insightful as hell, Teresa.
Hey, let me just real quick go over. So the first card, we did 3 cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we pulled what's called a clarification card at the end, right? So the first card was 8 of Cups. Oh. So basically what that states is running away, coming back, restless, and feels compelled to leave.
Yeah, okay. Ooh.
Second card we pulled was 10-5, so 15, the Devil. Primitive, savage, inner energy was what one of the things I was read from that. And then the third card was 2 of priestess.
Ooh.
Priest, withdrawal from everyday activities. And then we wanted a clarification card, and we got the Knight of Coins, stage of development, buckle down, and get dirty.
Holy shit. Okay. Shit.
In that order. In that order, bro.
Shit. See, that's how I felt about the Shane Dawson one that Unicorn did. It was like, fuck,
Yeah,
this is
I'm gonna
so
watch.
relevant to what I was fucking thinking. Like,
Yeah, I gotta see that. I didn't have a chance yesterday, but I'm gonna jump on later and check that out.
oh no, you're good. Hey, it was a holiday Monday, you know what I mean? I got to have Lux in studio all day. We've got kind of, you know, every week it feels like things grow a little bit for the channel and things get a little bit better. This week we have thumbnails, baby.
Nice.
We have thumbnails for the first time in our channel's history, and that's pretty cool. Like, you know.
How's Zimmy? Did he do any cooking over the weekend?
I haven't seen Zimmy yet. He must have been busy Monday.
I know. Wasn't this his weekend though to do some shows?
I'm pretty sure. So I'm hoping he got to really crush the fucking house. Like, if not, I hope he spent. You know, I hope he crushed the house all weekend and then spent all. I hope he spent all day in the studio just crushing it. You know what I mean? I got a big feeling he's been out there crushing it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, good morning, all you Murkies. I see you guys filing in, you Ride or Diers. What's up, guys? We're going to do kind of... I'm going to go back to probably, like, 2 longer streams today. 2 3 to 4 hour streams. You know what I mean? We're going to definitely be on air when that goddamn coroner does a press conference, though, Shane. I'm going to tell you that.
Yeah, that's a must.
That's a fucking must today. We are going to be covering that footage. We're going to pause it. We're going to talk about what he's wearing. We're going to talk about his fucking body language. We're going to break it down from every fucking angle we can.
Yeah, if they release cause of death, which I'm sure that's the reason for this press conference,
Has
they're going
to
to
be.
hold back a lot of details.
Yeah, I got a feeling. There's
There's going to be a lot of questions.
I got a feeling it's going to leave a lot to speculate. Like, a lot to speculate. You know? Your bong is all shiny. Did you clean it on stream last night? Oh yeah, you also, yesterday I cleaned the bong.
Nice.
Yeah, I did. I need to change the water out already, but I did clean the bong yesterday. Thank you guys for your donations, buying merch, stuff like that. You keep the channel alive, and you're helping my respiratory system. Because I was able to get some bong cleaners, so thank you guys.
Lung relaxers.
Exactly.
That's what I say about people that smoke. I said it's their lung relaxer.
Yeah, exactly.
Like cigarettes, totally bad. Totally bad.
Yeah. Hey, do we have any admins in the chat right now?
I am, but I'm not by the PC. What's up?
I just need somebody to throw the rebel out, or the rebellion out. Oh, there it is. Yeah, here, I think I could catch him.
Somebody got him?
I might be able to. Let me see here.
People getting crunk in the chat already.
Yep, already, baby. That's fine. That's
5
fine.
minutes in.
That's normally what it's for. But you know, we got our one like hella loser who, like, you know, we've already got. Oh yeah. Let me see here. Add moderator. Boom, Unicorn, I got you. Bam, 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 bam. All right. I want to, Brian Laundrie's family has been threatened. I'm going to play this and grab a puff real quick, and we're going to...
I'm going to say most definitely they have.
Yeah, we've seen it. We've talked to people who have gone there and threatened them.
Molly.
You know? Me got him. Okay. Yeah, guys, we're going to not even address trolls today. We're just going to kick them. That's what they want. Let's talk about it. Oh, thank you, Unicorn.
So much anger directed.
Here we go. Let's play this for a second.
Oh, Unicorn's in there? Yeah, we were just talking about you, Unicorn.
Yeah, and we got Stanody.
Stanody stands 40 miles away to the home of Brian's sister. Fugitive Brian Laundrie is the sole person of interest in the disappearance of his.
Hey, you're good. I got it pulled up too, guys, so I can do some mod work. I got kind of spoiled deluxe yesterday.
Card fraud. While authorities have not released evidence linking Brian to Gabby's killing, as the manhunt continues, many are angry at Brian and his parents.
This lady, dude, with the megaphone.
Sister, Cassie Laundrie. Records obtained by 8 on Your Side show Manatee Sheriff's deputies have dropped by the home.
Oh, they're ruthless, man.
In the span of 2 weeks. The first call for help came 2 days after Brian was reported missing. According to the calls.
Oh, Stenoti, yeah. If it says gunshot wound today, things are going to get interesting. Yeah, I hold firm on that. I said that from the jump, too.
From random people. Threats about
that might bring us back to
maybe
those two girls that were shot and killed.
Exactly.
On the family. On October 1st,
but I almost guarantee we're going to hear strangulation.
Officials investigating.
I'm leaning towards that myself.
Yeah. Brian Laundrie sighting. Then there's a disturbance from the protesters.
Police, we're not supposed to talk to anybody, and you're making my children cry.
Video shows a small group confronting Cassie and her husband.
Florida Karen Law. That's Batman. Yeah, hey, good morning, Katie.
Citing a trespasser or a threat, precious resources are pulled away from finding Brian and potentially solving this case.
Anytime that there's a death threat made
I think the same, Teresa. Most likely.
Extremely seriously. It is illegal. It is irresponsible. It is extremely harmful. And on top of it, it's going to just make finding the person who's responsible for Gabby Petito's murder that much more difficult.
I agree with that. There's no sense in fucking with that family, man. Like, no sense in fucking with that family. Like, there's just not. Did they do it? I don't know, man. Probably. Or do they help? I don't know. Like, I just don't think they are as complicit as the public is making, as those protesters are making them think, you know what I mean? But this is probably in the last 5 years, Shane, probably the most I've seen people lose their fucking cool. like enjoying like the Westboro Baptist crowd.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, from 38 minutes ago, Northport's memorial for Gabby Petito taken down.
Don't wait to create during the Beat the Right.
No, thank you, ad. Don't you get me copyright struck, baby. We are on a good streak right now. Yeah, it's footage of them taking it down. Boxing up koala bears and shit. Or unboxing koala bear? I don't know. Either way, I wish they could just leave that memorial up until Brian's trial at least. Fuck, leave it up through the winter, dude. Put something beautiful there, you know. The picture of them kissing and he had her face, that's a telling picture. You know, a lot of people are suggesting strangulation because in the body cam footage, she says he grabs my face. And people are kind of, you know, assuming that because he's a face grabber, he might have choked her.
Yeah, and don't rule out blunt force.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, absolutely. Could have absolutely been blunt force trauma. I think it's if they don't have that broken bone in the neck, then yeah, they're gonna be going off of evidence of blunt force trauma because unfortunately, I know that a lot of their deduction is gonna have to be made from partially skeletal remains because of the nature.
And the only reason why is I'm leaning against gunshots is because of that face grabbing.
Yeah. Yeah, he seems like somebody who reaches out with his hands in a fight. You know what I mean? He just doesn't strike me as somebody who's going to grab a gun and shoot Gabby.
That's too easy for Brian.
Far too easy.
I think they got in there one of their regular fights and he lost his shit and he either threw her down and she got fucked up or he just beat the shit out of her, man.
Yeah. Oh, they're taking it down to put a permanent one in its place? Or is the memorial going elsewhere? I'm not sure, Bryn does. I just see that it's being taken down. I hope they put a permanent installation in. You know, I don't necessarily agree with them allocating resources to put a permanent infrastructure in using finances from the Gabby Petito Foundation because, again, I think that money should be going where they're saying it's going, and it's fine if they want to do a permanent memorial, but I don't know. Again, there's a lot of cases going on in Florida, in that area, a lot of similar situations, and I hope that money maybe goes to some of that, you know. Yeah, 23 days outside, Teresa. Yeah, she's and you know, outside in the wilderness too, animals, things like that. Unfortunately, there's like Jameson and I and Shane and I have speculated, it's going to be a little difficult for prosecution to fucking actually build a case, I think. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be only because of like the flimsiness of the evidence and the location of the potential suspect. Yeah, they're doing a permanent memorial, says Carol. Yeah, okay. I like that. I mean, again, I would assume it's probably just coming out of the family's pocket, though. And,
well, she didn't die in Florida, so I think the permanent memorial should be at least near the parents' home up in New York.
Yeah. Where she grew up and stuff, right? Did she grow up there?
Yeah, most of her life was there, yeah.
Yeah. 12 says, morning all. I didn't see Brian giving any man the same kind of disrespect he gave Gabby. His scrawny behind would get beat down, and that's why he's hiding so hard. Yeah, I've said it before. He'd get passed around like a bowl of popcorn in jail. Like, for sure. Yeah, Fleece Johnson come after him, for sure.
Oh, that's why Murk is actually been scouring.
But, you know, 12, that's I think the truth of it, like I don't see him adjusting well to that lifestyle, and I'm more and more every day, every minute, every hour. I think that he's more and more lean toward he's probably no longer with us. Teresa says the memorial needs to be put in front of the Northport Police Department so that they can be reminded every day of how they screwed up. Word. Agreed. Yeah. Just put a link in the voice channel. What are you talking about? I heard the city of North Point was paying for it. They didn't want all the soggy teddy bears there. Oh, Northport's paying for it. Okay. Again, they can feel free to put those resources towards other missing persons in their county, of which they have more than one. You know, just a thought on allocation of our tax dollars, guys. That's where they're getting that budget. So that's your money, Northport citizens. All that memorial stuff's going to Gabby's parents. That's cool. Again, I hope they have, you know, things.
Did you?
I will get mad at a fucking city for doing that's weird.
Hey, did you see the father, or it was the father or mother? It was a picture of over the weekend of him cleaning up laundry baskets.
Yes, yes. Him actually picking that shit up.
It's funny as shit, but if you think about it, that's ruthless, man.
It really is. It's you know, Molly.
We don't know what they did or if they even helped. I mean, that's kind of, we can't assume. Now, if it comes to light that they actually 100% did, I'm all in with fucking with.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, I agree with well, we actually remember we talked to Molly Golightly the fucking night of her putting a dirty laundry basket in front of that house. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that there's maybe something being done to curb that stuff, but
Hilarious.
I assume that since they're releasing potentially cause of death today, we might see something move forward with hopefully they maybe say if they're going to press charges against Brian or not if they catch him. But again, they might be waiting till they have him in custody because it's they're not going to waste the potential litigation and allocation of resources on somebody who's fucking dead in the woods. Yeah.
And if they do say blunt force or they do say it was a gun, they're not going to give specifics like what kind of gun it was or what kind of weapon was used. I don't think anyway they would do that.
I don't think so either. I don't think they're gonna. That's investigative like variables. You know what I mean? That are pretty fucking important. I agree with that. Like I don't think they're gonna give too much away, but we're gonna hopefully get just vague cause of death. You know what I mean? Because all we've had so far is it's been ruled a homicide.
Yep.
So that's something. That shows something. Yeah, it's
Something,
insane to
something.
harass them, says Just Pink. Hey, welcome, Just Pink. Haven't seen you before. Welcome, welcome.
Well, hello.
12 says they could also donate those teddy bears to children in shelters. Yeah, or Toys for Tots or something. Like, there's a lot of stuff you could do charitably with that stuff. I just still think it's weird that North Point or Northport, whatever, would Valerie says on Facebook, he's alive, he's not man enough to off himself. Interesting. Some people are saying, he's too much of a narcissist to kill himself, stuff like that, but narcissists kill themselves all the time. They do. I do believe that they found DNA on her body when they went to the laundry house to get further DNA. Teresa, here's why that's unlikely. Keep in mind, they lived in a van together and they were lovers. Their DNA is going to be all over each other, even if there wasn't a fucking murder. So, probably not. I think they were definitely matching DNA, but it doesn't have to do with Gabby's body. It has to do with things they found in places. They want to test it for Brian's DNA. Did he drink out of this cup? Did he use this lighter? Blah 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 blah. But I definitely don't think they're building DNA to match forensic evidence on Gabby's body, because that can be thrown out by me just now. Their DNA is going to be all over each other. If you've ever seen any forensic cases or cold cases that it comes down to the lover was the person who fucking killed him, their DNA is going to be inside of each other, on top of each other, and your hair is going to be on each other. The parents are not mourning a loss like Gabby's parents are, says Valerie on Facebook. I mean, do we know that? I'm not in that house, and I don't know what they're up to. I know that Chris Laundrie seemed pretty upset when he went to the Carlton Reserve for 3 hours the other day. So, I don't know, as much speculation on body language as people are making, I can make just as much. I think it seems like they're grieving. So, I don't know, again, I haven't seen anything that makes me think that they're being weird, callous individuals, other than the attorney showing up. But dude, it's an attorney. We don't know what happened for a good 10, 12 days. You know what I'm saying? It could, I've said it ad nauseum too. The parents in particular, we know they didn't kill Gabby because they weren't there. So, were they complicit in hiding their son? I don't know. I doubt it. Again, if they were, it was a last minute fucking thing. I think Brian bailed. on him. I think maybe they even had a plan. Let's say they planned to fucking help him. He bounced. I almost guarantee it. What up, Valerie? What up? Oh, thank you. Hey, one of our favorite live viewers. Yeah. This area is reserved for Gabby Petito Memorial. See, they already had a hard sign pressed up and everything. There's just some weird shit, Shane. Behind the city's allocation of resources to this, man.
Yeah. They only brought him out one time, and they made a big deal. He's helping. He's finally helping, but he only went out once.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
It's not like they brought him back the next day and the next day.
Exactly.
So weird.
We watched one helicopter looking for Mia Marcano. Meanwhile, they're scrambling jets potentially for Brian Laundrie. Are you fucking winding me up, America? Y'all trying to get me on a fucking tax rant this morning? Y'all trying to hear about how our government misuses our tax dollars and makes a fucking ring of trash around the planet and shit? Hey, good morning, A-Day Tripper. Hey, I see all you guys. Did everybody have a good holiday, by the way? It was Indigenous Persons Day yesterday, and while I got a bunch of people in the chat, if you are a member of an indigenous tribe here in America or in the continent you are on, please shout out your tribe. Let us show some love to those indigenous peoples out there. You know, there's a big issue with missing and murdered indigenous peoples, and missing indigenous women, and that shit gets no press or resources. Where's the permanent memorial? Where's the fucking days of CNN speculation? You know what I'm saying? What up, 730 Radio? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You know, where is it? At the top of the next hour, I think, Shane, I'm going to kind of run down our vibes on the on Az's tarot read of Brian Laundrie. Hopefully we can get Az in here this morning.
How many cards did you guys pull?
I forget how many she pulled. We just let her do her thing. Az has more of an ethereal way of doing it, as opposed to more of like the structured method of unicorn, you know what I mean? So they're both very like kind of different in the way they do it, but also like unnervingly accurate. Like, so I'm, you know, because we did Shane Dawson first. We ran Shane Dawson through Unicorn, ran Shane Dawson through Az, tarot style, you know, different tarot styles. And, you know, we're going to, I don't know, it was just shockingly accurate with the Shane shit. And so the conversation just kind of turned toward, we want to do, people in the chat were like, do one on Brian. All right, let's do one on Brian. But like the beginning of Az's read gave me the fucking chills, dude. That gave me the chills. Yeah, it was great. My BFF is Lakota. She's White Bull's great niece. Damn, Teresa. Damn. Hey, yo. Shout out to Lakota. You know what I mean? They're putting a bench there for Gabby, says Debbie. Huh. A bench?
Like a bus stop? Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, like a park bench. Just, alright. Cool. Cool and all, but I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I still feel like that's a weird allocation of fucking resources, honestly. Hey, good morning, Az. Hey, we summoned her. Look at us with our energy. Az, we want to break down your reading on Brian. If you're down to hop in the voice chat whenever. I was planning on doing it here in about 30. Yeah, I was planning on doing it here in about 30. Again, we're going to try to stay live through the press conference today, or probably the swing shift will have started by then. But you know, hey, justice for Gabby, Karen. Word. Oh, you was lurking. Word. I figured, yeah, we summoned you. Hell yeah. But yeah, I want to spend the morning going over, you know, just anything that's stacked up new. We've talked about Dog, saying that Brian probably called the fucking parents. But again, Dog's a hack. Fuck that. Dog didn't call the fucking parents. Or Brian didn't call his fucking parents the moment he killed Gabby. That's fucking crazy. Who would do that? You know? Oh yeah, no, there's Gardy, there's a lot of misinformation going on about this case in particular. Like a lot. a lot. That's actually really where this channel started, was like, is this Brian Laundrie? Fucking game cam photos and shit. So it's where we started with this thing. Well, once it started getting its own videos. Oh damn, Teresa. Again, shout out all you indigenous persons, you know. Murkiness and lurking. Word, Erica. Welcome, Erica. Karen's on the narcissism train, but like we were saying earlier, there's plenty of statistical evidence that narcissistic people kill themselves all the time. All the time. Being a narcissist does not mean... you know, that the potentiality for your life to end in suicide is gone. I'm going to take this moment to say, if you feel like you need to talk to somebody, reach out to somebody, or go, get some help. Get some help on us, buddy. We want to see you. Stick around. Yeah, exactly, Zombie. Yeah, no, a new YouTube channel. Well, look, the same thing happened with the Elizabeth Cook case. Before I was on this one, I was on another popular true crime situation. It was the Elizabeth Cook situation. And it had the same thing, man. You see Facebook groups, you see YouTube channels, you see misinformation, you see people showing up simping for the people. Which was funny in the Elizabeth Cook situation because it was all like homeless crackheads. Showing up defending homeless crackheads. In St. Louis. But, you'll kind of, the longer you're a Murky, the more you'll kind of just see that happen. Oh, word, Monica. Hey, yeah, shout out all you guys listening at work. You guys listen all day, and you're the fucking shit. That makes my day. Again, sorry for the runny nose, gang. The weather's been weird as hell here, and I've entered stage 3 of my flare-up, of my autoimmune issue. Having a bit of a flare-up. I'm alright. Yeah. I'm now hella immunocompromised, though, so I gotta kind of stay home, which is lame. Shane, did you end up going to that, did you end up hitting up that festival? Simping for their peeps, says Zombie. Yeah, it's bizarre, again, like, not my first rodeo now, like, Gabby Petito's kind of the second high-profile thing I've covered. This channel started covering Elizabeth Cook, and that shit got me on St. Louis News. And, yeah, I'll play the clip sometime. I had to take down the celebration where I played it, but I've got it stashed somewhere. KMOV. Yeah, St. Louis. They used our channel on the news to kind of talk about Gabby Petito. They clipped up my first video about her, or not Gabby Petito, about Elizabeth Cook. And in that situation, because that shit popped off on the news, the St. Louis crackheads who were defending her showed up to fuck with me hard there for a minute. But
really,
yeah, but they're crackheads, so that's my wheelhouse. I'm run off a crackhead. Yeah.
Jeez, it's like the birth of the cancel culture.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, hey, any potential new Murkies, go ahead and throw that like in there. We also have an open Discord, everybody. We want all of you in it. I want all of you in it. I want to see the community keep growing on the Discord. I'm loving all the chats. We have a lot of thought-provoking conversation. Only 8 likes. Oh, it'll rise, baby. We're not even to the first hour yet.
Why are we keeping count?
Yeah, I'm actually a little surprised we got all you guys in here this quick. Normally, I don't have this kind of number until an hour deep.
It's the vibe, man. You're giving off that vibe this morning.
Man. And it's this Brian Laundrie tarot read. Like, guys, I think he dead. I think he might be dead.
Man, that would be... God, what a disappointment. Yeah. I know, I hate to say that, but it's like... It is
a disappointment. No, we all want to know the motive. Like, we all want to dissect fucking what he was thinking, because when someone does something unfathomable, that's what we all want as Murkies, for sure, is to fucking just understand motive,
Well, that, and just seeing that this guy got the easy way out.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh yeah, guys, sometimes the count might look a little crazy if stuff's rolling in fast. Sometimes YouTube takes a while to show all the likes and all that. But I appreciate all of you guys so much. It's like I wake up for you guys.
Ooh, look at Just Pink coming in here with that comment, being fucking edgy, man.
Oh yeah. You aren't a total joke, that's why.
He said you aren't a total joke, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay, I read it. You are a total joke.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's no, exactly. Humans are infinite potential. Suicide's really no joke. But hey, look, sometimes we use humor to confront misery, and that's okay. We do that here on MURKradio. And we've even had new people show in and talk shit to us for having a fun time while we're having to talk about something fucking miserable.
Those are just miserable people that sit around with nothing to do.
Exactly. How would Brian kill himself? I don't think he has a gun. So hanging, or did he beat himself to death? Ask 12. There's a lot of different ways you can kill yourself. I would imagine you can get clever with it. He could always.
I still feel these guys alive. I don't. His parents are not acting like he's dead.
Yes and no. I mean, Chris Laundrie showed up for that fucking search at the Carlton Reserve.
Well, he's doing that because his sister came out and aired their shit out.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Like it could be. I don't know. Like I feel like that's still like hella up in the air. Like maybe they fucking do think he's dead. I can't shake the feeling that maybe they had a fucking plan for him and kid bailed.
Dude, it's what a mystery.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, like we'll know more if they actually do catch the fuck again. I hope they catch him alive. But the kind of like train of thought that like he's a narcissist, he wouldn't kill himself. Like, well, that's just statistically inaccurate. Like,
I was about to say, where is that coming from? I heard the media walk that around. Well, if you're a narcissist, sociopath,
it's unlikely you'd kill yourself. Actually, they're at higher risk of suicide because of their twisted self-worth issues and potential dysmorphia. So no, that's not fucking true. We have historical evidence of narcissists killing themselves, going back to the history of written word. Like that's just a misconception that for some reason, like these bunk ass YouTube channels keep kind of promoting. That's one of like the many examples of kind of misinformation getting out there. Like, and that shit, in my opinion, is just as dangerous as Shane Dawson taking fake psychologists to fucking Jake Paul's house and talking about sociopathy. Like, number one, Brian Laundrie hasn't been psychologically diagnosed with anything.
Right.
So as far as the public and the law is concerned, he is a fit, healthy individual.
And just media's kind of taken this and ran with it too. Like everybody thinks that Brian Laundrie is an insane serial killer. It's like living out in the woods. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, and it's just one of those things that's like, even if he was like, if he didn't kill himself, it's definitely not because he's vain. Like that's just a weird thing to immediately jump to, in my opinion. But that's also because that's normally a talking point I hear on these kind of nonsense like Brian Laundrie's a spree killer videos. You know what I mean? Like it's a talking point from that like hella zealous side of things.
I always thought the people on the news that reported seeing Brian, like whether it was in the Appalachian Trail or they were always like, it would annoy me because people would be a little over dramatic and they would be like, oh my god, I looked up and then there he was and I wanted to throw up. I felt shivers go down my spine. I had to leave. It was dangerous.
Yeah.
I'm like, come
the fuck on. Yeah, what are you, a cat? Like, what are you, yeah. Like, what the fuck do you mean you the hair on the back of your neck stood up and I just knew in my heart that was Brian Laundrie. It was him. I just knew in my heart.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. There's
people have definitely cashed in on this. Is what I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah, hella hard. I mean, well, it's what brought a lot of us together too. So like, there's something to be said about that. Just the power in Gabby Petito. # justice for Gabby. That is the reason for the season. It will help with the twirl. I know, Cinna. I'm having an issue. I don't have any mustache. I'm out of mustache wax, and my mustache having a civil war. Look at it's early in the morning. Look how tired it looks. Anybody wants to hit that super chat or hit the merch store? Yeah, your boy could definitely use some mustache wax.
Man, I don't know about you, but I've never seen a manhunt like this before. Nor like, I mean, O.J. Simpson, but I was too young for that.
Yeah,
But
well, and that
such
wasn't
cover.
necessarily like a manhunt. That kind of went down the 405
Yeah.
for a couple of hours. You know what I mean? Like, there's been situations with big manhunts, but yeah, like this, they're almost trying to recreate Bundy's second escape. Ooh,
Right.
Az sent me some bomb. I'm fucking pumped. I gotta check the PO box today. We have a PO box. Link in description if you want to hop in the Discord.
I bet Brian wishes he remembered the no wanted level cheat code so he could turn off all the stars he has right now.
Get rid of his 5 stars because it's what's above 5 stars because they've scrambled jets on his ass. They've scrambled fucking jets on his ass.
Yeah, it's glitching out the system, man.
Yeah. Eric, to answer your question, that was just a bag of tobacco. I'm still somewhat nicotine addicted, but I'm weaning myself off. So, you know. Yeah, I've been off cigarettes for a while now, though, so I'm fucking hella proud.
Dude, yeah, man.
Not being around my my toxic ass old situation helps not smoke cigarettes all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like being in a healthier spot, man. There's something about, and you know, guys, I've been through recovery. I've been into methadone clinics and stuff like that. You know, it took me a long time to get clean off of opiates in particular, and cigarettes is harder to kick.
The hell yeah, it is.
You know, and to smoke a bowl of old Toby. Yeah, I need mustache wax. But yeah, no, I'm slowly cutting down. I've kind of moved to pipe tobacco a little bit just to get that nicotine. When I first tried to quit cigarettes, man, my blood pressure went crazy. I was having nosebleeds and shit. I tried to just quit cold turkey because that's how I roll, you know? And it didn't work. My doctor was like, nah, bitch, nah. You either need to chew some fucking nicotine gum or get a patch or do something. You can't just quit. And you have 3 months, says Fromple Feet. What? The cinnamon Nick lozenges. Word, you like the cinnamon lozenges. Word, you got 3 months under your belt. Hey, I'm proud of you, Fromple Feet, by the way. That's such a hard addiction to kick. Like, again, I've kicked addictions. Like, you know, I quit opiates cold fucking turkey too. Like I was trying to kill myself basically with withdrawals, how it felt. Like, yeah, cold turkey 7/14/21. Hey, I'm proud of you, Cal. And I couldn't with nicotine in particular. Like my heart went all fucking crazy and I started having nosebleeds. But I've been smoking cigarettes till I was probably 15 years old. My father used to get cartons of like Marlboro Red. You just grab a pack on your way out the door. He didn't give a fuck. From, you know, Appalachian. But vape, says Just Pink, those always give me a respiratory infection. I don't know if it's my autoimmune disease or what, but I don't handle vapes the best. I keep like a recreationally legal THC vape around for pain, just in case I need a quick dab. But I'm chronically ill, so like that's why.
Yeah, that's I have autoimmune problems as well. I have something called Sjogren's syndrome.
Okay.
And then I have rheumatoid arthritis. Sjogren's syndrome is like where the healthy cells in your body attack your endocrine glands, which is responsible for your sweat, your saliva, and like your natural eye tears. So you basically dry up. Like your mouth is chronically dry, your eyes are chronically dry, and then it just comes with a slew of other things: rheumatoid arthritis, maybe lupus. So yeah, man, I feel you, bro. Every day. Heck yeah.
Yeah. Az smokes cloves cigars. Damn, you're the cool goth kid at school.
We were just talking about the goth kids last night.
Dude, puffing those cloves in that corner, giving you that look. Boy, I hang out with the goth corner. I used to call it the menthol corner. It's where my baby mama used to hang out in high school. And so, you know, I was hitting up that menthol corner to bum a cigarette and, you know, mess with my baby mama back in high school. But Yeah.
Don't you remember, like, when you felt fucking cool, man? Like, when you first started smoking cigarettes in high school or whatever, and you just, you wanted it to be a mystery for a bit, and then you decided to go public with it, and you always had that friend that was like, whoa, man, what? You smoke?
Yeah.
And then you would take, you would take the hit off that cigarette and be like, and blow it out and be like, yeah, so what?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Stenody has to kick sugar because he's diabetic. That's a tough addiction, dude. Guys, let me tell you right now. Sugar fucked our species in a way that not a lot of other chemicals fucking have. It's so addictive. We've had kings make it mandatory in food. The Anglican diet, sugar's fairly new in the scheme of our species. It makes us act fucking wild. I'm someone who's addicted to sugar for sure, but I'm also somebody who's had to kick that shit for fucking health,
According to scientists, it's the most addictive substance on the planet.
Sugar, yes. Yes. It's
diabetic.
yes. I'll do some research, but Robert Anton Wilson has a really fascinating rundown on exactly how sugar fucked us as a species for a good period of time, especially when the Anglosphere first found it, when us whites first found that fucking sugar, boy, we went nutty, fucking nuts. Oh shit! Teresa's first time smoking pot was at a Def Leppard concert in 1984. You're my fucking hero, Teresa.
Ooh, fucking Def Leppard, man.
Yeah, dude. Hey, shout out your generation. It's like my parents' generation. You're probably about the same age as my parents. I was probably conceived to a Journey song or something. Like, it'd be sick if I was conceived in the heat of the night by fucking Whitesnake.
Dude, you came into the world with a bang, dude.
Man, actually, I was late as shit and fucking almost killed my mom. I was this big.
Oh,
yeah, I was this broad when I came out. My head's fucking huge. Our family, the males in my family typically have an extra centimeter of skull diameter. I don't know why. We have a few different weird kind of mutations going on.
Like Danny Boy up there said, G-Man had that skating rink smelling funky.
That skating rink smelling funky, boy. I bet you, boy. Stacy's over there learning the facts of life. You're fucking hitting the air vents with smoke bombs like you're fucking special ops. Smoke them! Kids are speed skating out of the fucking place. The skate rental people are like, you can't take the skates.
Wild how fast people left that skating rink, man. And then they had to shut the whole place down. Anyway.
I have a pretty funny story to tell you about my hippie mom, Teresa. She actually has the same first name as you. My mother's name is Teresa. Okay, and while you guys have probably heard me talk about her faults, she was an interesting lady to grow up around for sure. I had complete freedom of religion and thought in the household. Nothing was pushed upon me or forced upon me. I got to kind of discover my own way and, ended where I am spiritually on my own regard without any intervention. And that's cool. I'll always respect my mom for that. But this old hippie lady, boy, let me tell you about her. I used to frequent music festivals. I'm a hippie myself. I like to trip a little acid when I'm at the music festivals, have a good time. I know a bunch of people, know a bunch of hippies that's just their life. That's the only time you get to talk to them is at the festivals because they don't have a phone and shit. They just go festival to festival. Being vendors normally, like I know a bunch of vendors and shit. So like, I'm hanging out with some friends of mine who do tattoos out of a short bus.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Did you get one?
What was that?
Did you get one?
Did I get one? No, I don't. I have 2 tattoos and I regret them immensely. I can't be buried in the cemetery I want to be buried in anymore, and I just regret my tattoos for sure. But keep in mind, one of my tattoos is a fucking wedding ring. I am divorced, so yeah. But I can't. Shit. I can't wear rings. My hands swell because of the disease. But
Gil Laura said I'm 11, let's see, no, 1.5 years sober. Alcohol almost killed me. Man, congrats.
Hey, congratulations, man. Hey, getting straight is the best thing that ever happened to me. Like, really was. And if you guys are dealing with anything and you need anybody to reach out to, I might have some advice. You know what I mean? I like to be a good friend for people going through that. I'll even be your friend after the relapse, baby. I'm still here for you. How about that? But man, so my mom, so I'm in this short bus that does tattoos, right? And my mom had gotten a particularly hilarious tattoo at Rocklahoma a couple months earlier, right? Now my mom had said she wanted a peace frog. You guys know the peace frog. I thought, well, that's, hilarious. You should get the peace frog tattooed on you. That'd be fucking hilarious. She comes back from Rocklahoma, not with a peace frog, but with like a biology book frog. Like just a frog, an anatomically correct frog in her ass crack. Like when she bends over and shows a little crack, the head of the frog pokes out.
Oh, Jesus.
This is my mother we're talking about, right? So, so anyway, I'm a couple months later, I'm at this music festival. I'm in a short bus and I see, what do I see on the wall? A photo of my mom's ass with a fresh frog tattoo on it.
Are you fucking...
And I look at my homie and I'm like, did you do that tattoo? He's like, that old lady was so drunk. And I'm like, that's my fucking mom.
Oh my God. What a small world. My goodness.
Yeah, I'm from a pretty small place too. So I'm from Northwest Arkansas. This particular music festival was in Rolla, Missouri, but they were just at Rocklahoma doing those tattoos. Yeah, Teresa loves frogs. Yeah, your generation and women women named Teresa of your generation seem to love frogs. You probably held it down with that peace frog. Yeah, that's y'all's iconography, man. I used to get my mom frog shit all the time. Kind of as a joke. That's like the go-to holiday gift. Like, oh, well, that one's got a frog on it. Get that for mom. Why? Because she got that frog in her butt. she got a frog coming out her asshole. Is how it looks. It's fucking hilarious.
It is what it is.
Mm-hmm. But no, if you guys can't tell, I come from a... That's hilarious and depressing at the same time. Man, my mom's a hoot, man. My parents are the kind of parents that you gotta learn real quick as a youth that they're also humans, or you just disappoint. Right. You just disappoint yourself the whole time. Like
that is such a good thing, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. That's messed up and hilarious. Yeah, zombie. It's hilarious. Like, my mom's hilarious. She's somebody, she's kind of got some health issues now. I won't go too far into it, but, I've lost a certain amount of the woman I'm talking about, and it's a little hard.
Yeah.
Oh, from Erica. 10 months clean off opiates here. What a freedom I feel. What a journey. Erica, I am fucking proud of you, boy. Hey, 10 months. You're 2 months around the corner from a fucking year. And hey,
congrats on that for sure.
Yeah, dude. You got this. You got this.
Whoop its ass.
Yeah, you'll fucking tear it up. Man, proud of you.
Man, Erica feel like she's back in like the old life she had before the addiction, Like that must feel so great.
Yeah.
To be able to doing what you were doing and who you were before the addiction started.
Oh man.
Hell yeah.
I'm trying to think of me 10 months in. I know by the time I hit 10 months, I've already kind of like trying to find things that I liked to do before I got loaded. And I just started doing all that shit again. Like the best I could.
If you don't mind me asking, what was your addiction? Like, what was your vice?
Alcohol and opiates. Alcohol and opiates were my two main thing, but boy, I'd probably take anything that came in front of me. Back when I was a hound, I
coke.
Coke was bad. See, I never had a regular connection for that. I kind of knew myself better than that, but my father had issues with methamphetamine, so I stayed away from numbers. You know, you
And man,
got,
that's great. We got like a sober vibe going in the chat here. We got Erica, and then who
yeah,
was that earlier? Will, sober from alcohol.
yeah,
Bro, I was going through at my worst alcohol addiction, which is waking up completely dry, like dry mouth, dry everything. I think I was drinking like those large bottles, like 1.75 that you would buy from the bottom shelf at some mom and pop shop, like like pure gasoline, basically, disgusting. And you know, I would put in I would drink a whole 1.75 liter bottle in like a day and a half by
yeah,
myself. Fuck,
yeah.
dude.
Oh man, I was at the point I was probably snorting 10, 12 hydrochloric, 12 milligram methadone a day, and then probably following them with benzos and then drinking at night. I had a pretty
Oof.
severe opiate addiction, and by severe I mean I should be dead. Like, I consider myself incredibly lucky.
You are very.
Yeah, I 5 years clean from marijuana, says Unicorn. Word. Hey, look, as I am still a regular user of marijuana, I do have my medical card. So, like, anybody out there, like, there are addictive qualities to any habit that you form, any habitual thing. You know, it's from.
It really just depends on your severity of addictive personality. That's
Exactly.
what it all comes down to.
Exactly.
If you have an addictive personality, you should probably steer clear of using substances as a way to deal with life. Like, go play video games or something. But don't go to, you know, get fat and have diabetes.
Yeah. The story so far, Vince says, I've been sober from opiates for 2.5 years. I take Suboxone now, but better than where I was at. Hey, very proud of you, Vince. Suboxone is one of those two that, like, so when I went to the methadone clinic, it's like you get treatments of methadone and then they taper you off with Suboxone and they slowly try to lower you down. But my addiction ended up so bad that, you know, had full-blown DTs in Mexico. It was hellish, says Katie. Oh, man. I still think I'm convinced we're not of this world, seriously. No, Katie, I've also had pretty bad withdrawals and stuff like that. When I went clean cold turkey style, just locked myself in a room and was like, I'm fucking out. I'm out of here. You know, Teresa, hey, keep that up. Keep smoking, keep painting, because, you know, my Teresa, my mom, that was some of the best times I ever had with her when that was all she was up to, was painting and smoking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that seems to keep Teresa's of your generation pretty chill, man. And I don't know. I had a friend, Lau, right? He's raised Shaolin, and he's told me, yeah, you guys will hear me quote him a lot. Kind of a dude that changed my life, but he used to go on and on. Yeah, I'm a very fast-moving individual. When I get an idea, I try to strike while the iron's hot, and there's something to moving slow. You know, maybe there's something to there. Maybe our pace matters. Maybe we can burn out quick, kind of thing. And his theory is, you know, the slower the step, the longer the journey. You know, so make sure to enjoy yourself. Make sure to take your time. Make sure not to stress. Make sure not to stack too much on top of each other. And if you got to,
and that's what with a lot of people, they get so caught up in life, and things just whiz on by. A lot of people don't favor the moment, and they kind of, you know, 40 years down the road look back and regret that they did. And I think the most important part of life, even if you're in a bad situation, is just being thankful that you're alive and that you're experiencing something, good or bad. Life is all a big lesson.
yeah,
And make sure to savor those moments, because someday you won't be as able as you are now, you know, and you'll really look back and wish that you enjoyed that more.
yeah. See, Teresa says timing is everything too. And let's see, we have a question from Kajunk Kisses. How does Suboxone work? These are opiate inhibitors we're talking about technically on the scale of FDA drugs, right? So if we're talking about methadone or Suboxone, those are their job is supposed to block your opiate receptors to where you can't get high off of heroin if you try to do it. Like, if you take a Suboxone, you try to do heroin, they say it won't fucking work. They say it's blocked your opiate receptors. It could fuck you up too. But again, maybe I gave it, you know, again, I only know what the kind of the people who were paid to make sure I never touch the shit again fucking told me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. They could have told
Do
me
they still
fucking anything. I
prescribe?
believe it.
There was some sort of pills. I don't know if they still prescribe it. It was barbaric as fuck. But the doctor would prescribe pills to alcoholics that would literally make them purposely, if they started drinking any alcohol, they would get violently ill and start throwing up and stuff. And it was supposed to curb your craving for alcohol.
Yeah.
And I even had a family member who was taking that, and he would throw up all day and everything, and just stay drunk anyway. Like, he would go through that just to stay drunk. Like, it was madness.
Alcohol's one of those that creeps up on me. My family has a bad history with alcoholism on both sides. And just addictive personalities all around. We're all pretty vibrant, interesting individuals, in my opinion. And, sometimes with that you get a fair amount of fucking excess. But alcohol is one of those that when I drink, if I drink too much, and I don't care how long it's been or how infrequent it is, if I get really drunk, the next day I have the shakes.
Yeah.
Until I get a drink at me.
Yep.
And I don't know why I'm like that. I don't know why that is. I've never known other people that happens on the fucking first drink after 2 years, but it's happened to me. If I get
It's like after you've done it for a while, your body has a weird reaction anytime you do. Even if you haven't a year. Like, I would snort a line of coke, and immediately my heart would start racing and pounding, and I would get all hot. Like, it was miserable. Like, I couldn't enjoy it. Yeah, dude.
I found out that it's I'm allergic to most of the alcohols I used to enjoy. I'm allergic to wheat and a couple of other things, and I think that was definitely part of it. I also found out that I've got a bit of Khazari in me. Like 2 out of 5 men, I'm a descendant of Genghis Khan, and particularly Jewish Khazaris. So, those Jewish Dothraki that we don't talk about too much, but got paid extra in tax by the Roman Empire.
Well, did you see what Christy's been saying? She said that she was addicted to coke and MDMA, and then she was so addicted she was dating her dealer to get free drugs. Which I wish I could have done that, but my dealer was a dude.
I've definitely dated some women to get a hold of some shit I couldn't have got otherwise. Yeah, for sure, dude. We call it living off our dick in the industry. Yeah, man. Men can do it and have done it. I've done it. It's not a good plan. That girl's trouble.
I think you said I had PTSD after my ex. I'm assuming the drug dude tried to kill me in front of our kids.
Yeah.
Dark times.
Yeah. But yeah, children. I'm a parent. Once my sister started having kids, my sister's problems, it's taken her a long time to kind of recover and stuff like that. And unfortunately, she's missed most of her oldest son's life and stuff. And I just had a feeling when she started popping out kids, boy, I better straighten up. Cut to, I'm fucking got a sleep apnea machine on one of them. The other one's asleep. She's probably out there making a new one to drop off. If you've ever seen this show Shameless, I've been a little bit of Lip and a little bit of Fiona. I feel like that show owes me some royalties. But, Coke dealer Dark Day. Oh, you did that in 1987 in Arizona, Teresa. Damn, you got a badass history. I'll have to see if we can make a limited edition leather jacket that just says Teresa on the back. Be fucking sick. But my mom's Teresa without the H, so we gotta do 2 of them. We gotta spell Teresa everywhere. That or make a hashtag that's like fucking smoke it like Teresa, boy. But I'm proud of you, alternate Teresa, who is also just as badass as my mom. Shout out to you for not getting that frog tattoo in your butt. Arianthe, hello.
Good morning.
Tired.
I'm glad this experience and vibe a chunk of us anyway.
Dad just bawling, man, because my dad, you know, had a bad addiction to coke as well. So
Yeah.
I would always call him just to admit and, you know, and talk about it. And yeah, for some reason, a lot of people think that, oh, if you relapse, you just fucking burn out. You don't care about life. You're just out there getting high, having fun, never going to be sober. It's like, dude, you have no fucking idea.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Teresa, to answer you in the chat, we probably won't ever have Mama Merk on. That probably won't happen. We don't talk anymore. Unfortunately. You know, that's not from lack of trying on my end. But I haven't heard from any member of my family since I moved out here.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, I'm not around to help or fucking solve the problem anymore.
Gotcha.
You know, it took me stepping back and having outside perspective on my situation in my life and how they treated me to realize that
it was time for you to break free, man.
It's pretty toxic. It's pretty toxic back home for me. Like, it is. And you know, you guys have heard about my drug issue, stuff like that. My mother's a tremendously bad influence right now on me staying sober. And that's, you know, without giving away too much, it's just the black and white of it. And I wouldn't give that up for anything. Fucking anything. But
dude, that's awesome, man. Like, it's cool that you're out on your own and you're doing good. I mean, look at this show you got going. Everything else, like, you made it, man. Like, you came, like, for someone that dealt with addiction and had a bad past with family, and the fact that you're out on your own doing this, dude, you're kicking life in the ass and doing fucking well, brother.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
But hey, we're into the top of the second hour of the show. We just lost hella people because we're probably not talking about Brian Laundrie. So I'm kind of glad it's just this Murky's in here right now. But I want to get into the tarot. I want to get into the tarot reading of Brian Laundrie, guys. I want to get into the vibe I got. Like, the vibe I was feeling off of Az's reading. Hopefully we can get Az to pop in here and kind of maybe tell us her side of things, because I very rarely do I feel that amount of energy kind of come off of something like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, hey, shout out, guys. Thank you in the chat. But when she started off, guys, like, I legit felt like a chill run through me. And Az starts talking about she's feeling, you know, like part of her body's cold, she's laying in something damp, she's alone, things like that. And it seems to me like her initial read off of the whole situation was like she was feeling an emotional resonance. Brian must have felt at some point that realization that he is completely alone, right? He has nothing anymore. He's killed everything close to him. He has burned every bridge. He's gone. You know? Yeah. Oh, look, Scott's back. Scott, you're not new. I'm pretty sure I've seen your name before. No, he wasn't caught. Well, October 18th. Oh, will be caught. What?
Oh, gosh.
Oh, wait.
Well, I mean,
no, Scott is new. Oh, welcome, Scott. Sorry, we have a troll with a bunch of troll accounts, and I thought maybe Scott was one of them for a second. Man, you think he'll be caught somewhere near water? You know, so before the tarot reading, just a quick aside, a psychic in a Facebook forum said that he's already crossed a border and that Gabby fell off of something. So we'll find out if the psychic was right today, by the way. But the tarot reading...
the tarot reading was interesting because remember that lady started out saying that she was feeling this overwhelming feeling of like sadness and screaming and surrounded by, you know, damp water.
Yeah,
you know,
like calling
water.
out for your mother. Like is like the vibe. Like calling out for your mother to nobody. To nobody. Right. Like, and that's such a fucked feeling. Like that one resonated with me in particular because there's been situations where, you know, I realize I have to face a certain chunk of my life I'm gonna have to
Oh,
face this next chunk of time alone. You know what I mean? And it always hits me in the shower when I'm wet, and so there's just something about it. Like, so when I'm cold and damp, getting out of that shower and alone, you feel it for the first time, just naked there in front of God. You know?
I mean, it has to be hard for him, right? Like, he went from, traveling with the love of his life, to all these different campsites and landmarks, and then all of a sudden, in a blink of an eye, he's the most hated person with the largest manhunt in the world.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just to put yourself in those shoes, and it's like my body was almost doing it there for a second as she's doing her Merc Mystic thing. That was probably the most in tune to a read I've ever experienced digitally, for sure. I've had some weird shit happen in person with some psychics, I won't lie, but that's also their job. In-person psychics, when you go to a place and it's like, hey, you paying some money for a psychic, I'm like, all right, cool. Was gabapentin? Angel, yeah, I know. Sorry, Angel in the chat says she knew somebody whose preferred drug of abuse was gabapentin, and yeah, gabapentin's fucking evil. It is like being drunk or something. It's weird. You got to get twisted on it too. Like, you got to take a chunk of it.
What a strange decision.
Yeah, but then she kind of went on to but as in the reading went on to kind of give me a little bit of potential insight. I felt like I got a little insight on maybe why they fought because of the tarot reading, like financial issues. You have one party that's trying to make sure everything is legit, is trying to appear a certain way to the outside world, and when they're in a high, they view their relationship as like a yin yang, but they're actually, it's just fucking toxicity in a circle. Just being able to feel that for a moment was fucking wild.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
I don't know, that got me as show. Chrissy, I've always wanted to talk to my dad after he passed to tell him I love him and I'm not mad. Well, I say tell him now and just make sure you live your life in a manner that honors him.
Right.
If we're talking about people who passed, But I want to get crazy today. I guess it's Mystic Week. I don't know. I guess I feel like mystical this week. There must just be something in the air or something going on.
It's like this energy kind of ripping through all the simulation we all live in, or universe, and it's good vibes right now. It's kind of like a community of vibes as we wait for this information to continue to trickle out.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like if we're going to make speculative content, we should do it in the realms that we have studied, right? I'm not a criminal behavioralist, but I really like listening to my friends. You know what I mean? Like, I really like listening and arguing with my friends in a healthy way. So, like, I'm really interested to get with Az and potentially do some more reads on Brian if Az is down. Again, I want to keep anything that we throw at the Merc Mystics out of the realm of, like, we're not gambling, you know what I mean? Like, we're not making a bet. I just want to feel feelings with it, you know what I'm saying? Because if you could imagine a relationship where, you're a guy who is trying your best to keep things straight, you maybe feel morally about this or that, you try to stay somewhat money wise. As at one point said in the reading, like, the phrase, why do I always have money and you don't? Like, why is it always my money? And it made me think about Brian taking that $1,000 out, and it kind of gave me this, like, 8-day tripper to answer your question. That is at 12:30 my time today, and you better believe we're going to be live and watching that press conference today. But there's it would explain that $1,000 to explain why he felt the need to take that money out. It kind of validates our speculation on they had a shared bank account thing. You know what I mean? And that kind of gave me the spoopies, guys. Like, hard. That's like an angle in their fight I didn't really realize. Welcome, Az.
Hey.
Any feelings in retrospect about your read on Brian? Because again, I can't stop thinking about it.
That was the one that had that badass card deck with that kitty holding the goblet.
Goddamn right. She's just up from Llewellyn. There's guys in the Merc Mystic crew. We got a really cool Discord. Like, it's really cool. What time zone am I in? I'm in Mountain Time. I have no daylight savings. So it's 8:20 in the morning here.
Dude, that's so much better. The daylight savings is such a screwy, weird thing.
Daylight savings can suck my butt. Never again. I'm never again in that shit like the Holocaust. I'm not playing the daylight savings. I'm doing it. I'm gonna hang out with it like I'm gonna hang out with a skinhead, boy. Like, it's not happening. I don't ever want to live somewhere with the fucking daylight savings ever again.
And the chat, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah.
Debbie, yeah, the Spirit Box video. I wouldn't mind.
Oh yeah, dude,
Wouldn't mind doing some content like that. You know, we're gonna have some time after the press conference on the show if we want to. If anybody has any suggestions for anything that, if any Merc Mystics are around, as if you're around this afternoon, I'm into it.
That Spirit Box session was insane, and I think I referenced it a few days ago.
Yeah.
I mean, the voice pattern on it, just everything so clear. Insane.
Yeah.
That was what YouTuber are you talking about? There's been a couple of
man.
Oh, okay, that guy. Yeah, got it. Okay. Yeah, that was insane. That was so eerie but amazing at the same time. Like, holy shit.
Yeah. That that's been the talk of the town. The Spirit Box. Like, that has been the talk of the town. I'm interested in that. I mean, I don't know much about spirit boxes and that level of, like, I kind of, like, you know, I you guys can probably tell, again, I've said it before, like, I kind of do what the women tell me to do, and normally if there's something too ghosty, I just get a hold of Arianthe and I'm like, there's a ghost. What do?
Well, let me tell you.
Like, so, you know, sometimes I don't even know. The Necrophonic app is a great spirit box. There's a fucking app. You're telling me from my phone I can watch Schumann resonance and talk to ghosts? Is there anything this fucking God box can't do at this point?
Dude, there's an app for everything.
I have a really hard time with spirit boxes because we used to use them in an underground tour whenever I did underground tours. And they can be manipulated really easily.
Oh. Kind of that delicate audio equipment shit. What's it picking up on? What frequency is it reading and laying out to you? Like, what, like, it is an electronic device, yeah?
Yeah.
So I assume it's picking up like subtleties and background noise.
Well, I think the trick to it, and it depends on what you're using too. It's supposed to cycle through radio stations really, really quickly. And yeah, do you know what I'm talking about now?
Yes, that one. Sorry, gang. I thought we were talking about. I saw some shit where some people went to a place and fucking were talking. They were running some EVP and talking and reading background noise. You're talking about the spirit boxes are the one where it cycles through the radio stations that what's his name developed.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a movie about the guy who made that.
There's a version.
Yeah, there's several versions of it. The one we used was the one that like cycled through radio stations a ton, and then there was one that was developed by Nikola Tesla. Well, it was an argument between Nikola Tesla and a few other people.
I'm sure Edison was there being a cunt. I'm sure.
Yeah, basically. And that, I mean, anything can be manipulated, especially when it's recorded. So unless it's done live, I have a really hard time.
So you don't trust that, like, you don't trust like a video of it. You want to have that bitch in your hand.
Yeah.
Got you.
Have you ever heard of the Gansfeld experiment? Gansfeld, you put the ping pong balls over your eyes and you play white noise and you flash a red light, and supposedly even non-mediums or somebody without a not proclivity, I'm thinking of the wrong word. I don't word well. Somebody without psychic abilities would be able to experience mediumship through the Gansfeld experiment.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that. That's
Sure. I don't know. I'm too much of a pussy. I couldn't. I'm too much of a wussy. Like I couldn't. I don't want ghosts lingering around. I don't want to wake up and see something.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I can do it.
Yeah. Sean, best demons will trick you. What's everyone's thought on demons?
But they exist for sure. I mean, I think like demons. It's just like another dimension, right? We live in 11 different planes of dimensions. We're in a third dimension. We're in a 3D dimension. Yeah. There's a lot of different ones out there. I think demons are just, part of another dimension that we can't exactly see or detect, but they're definitely there.
Oh, yeah.
A few different schools of thought is that demons represent parts of our psyche, right? So each demon correlates to maybe a hidden part of our psychological makeup as humans, and by accessing these particular demons on these frequencies, you can actually access your own psyche. That's one take on it. The other one is, malevolent, negative spirits. But there's so many depictions or descriptions of demons throughout the ages that it's really difficult to actually say one way or another what demons actually are.
Just like aliens, right? Like UFOs and stuff. That's been there since the beginning. And so it's hard to
say that aliens are demons and vice versa.
I have my own kind of Jewish friendly kind of quantification of demons, right? So we have lower energies. I'm Jewish. I don't believe in a hell. There's no hell, in my opinion. But there is a place for lower energies, and those are the same across the board. Now, what's different is everybody's frontal lobe, how we pick out a pattern in randomness, right? So sometimes when we're faced with these energies, we might view it the same as one of our ancestors because we're built with similar hardware. And so our pattern recognition hardware is going to kind of pick up on that energy, and it's going to look or feel or sound a certain way, right? So I think demons definitely exist. I just think it's one of those kind of like we're talking about the DMT entities. Like this is an energy. Maybe it's built in a way that mirrors us, or maybe our brain we just don't have the hardware to fully grasp it. But there's definitely something out there. But I wanted to kind of bring up lower energies and the potential of demons because, as we did a reading with Brian, and I want to know if you felt anything dark or potentially demonic going on around the man and his energy.
Well, it's not going to be a popular answer, but I feel like this guy, I got a little sympathy for the devil right now because the energies that I picked up on while doing his reading were hopelessness and powerlessness and extreme sorrow, this deep soul-wrenching sorrow. And I'm a person who's I think that humans are multifaceted. I don't think that everybody is good people. There's evil and good and evil. I do not think that one man can be solely evil. I mean, even our serial killers have good days, but I don't think there's this overwhelming darkness around Brian. I think that we created an egregore through all of our assumptions and our energy and our talking about him. We made a darkness bubble around him with assumptions.
Yep. I agree 100%.
100%.
I'm so glad you said that. Az, did you happen to see the dream that I had the other night?
Ooh.
In the Discord, I did briefly read that. It was pretty intense, though.
Yeah, it was even more intense than the way I worded it. I think I worded it in a way that was like careful. It was very, very intense. And at no point in time did I go, wow, this is a real piece of shit. This was an accident.
Right.
I'm on board with that. I am on board with that. I do not feel like he is evil. I don't feel like he looked at this person and said, I want you dead. I think
Right.
don't know, but as far as his energy goes, and I've tapped into some serial killers, when I wanted to do readings on them, and I just don't get that feeling from Brian like he's evil.
If you look at the videos of them before all of this happened, all the social media videos, they look so in love.
Yeah. I think when they were in a high, they genuinely viewed the parts of them that were negative or their toxicity as quirks that made it work. You know what I mean? I'm this way, she's that way. There was I got a very relatable feeling off that read. Again, I kind of agree with Az, where it's it was hard for me not to put myself in the shoes of somebody completely alone out there, just miserable and calling out for their mom to no answer and somewhere kind of damp and cold. That fucking got me. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I agree. That's very well put. I don't think there's anything demonic going on. I didn't get that vibe. I just got the vibe of a human. I got a human vibe off of that.
Now, do I want to slap him in the back of the head and be like, you're an idiot?
Oh,
yeah, sure.
There's plenty of humans I'm going to put my whole hand in their mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, he's one of them. Yeah.
I think it really...
he needs to suffer repercussions for his actions? Of course. But do I believe that there's some type of sinister underbelly? I mean, yeah, domestic abuse is real, and we need to acknowledge the fact that they had a toxicity level in their relationship that was super detrimental. Yeah. But I think there is an aspect here, and what I did pick up from him was the inability to control his emotions. That was a big aspect of what I picked up on. I think that there was a moment where he snapped, and then after it was over, he absolutely fell apart. And I think that, I kind of posited this a while back. I think that he went home, and this is now, if in the words of Joseph Farrell, this is high octane speculation. Yeah. But I think he went home, and I think he told them, listen, this is what happened. Can we go camping to spend one good memory before I turn myself in? And I think during that trip, his mom said, no, you know what? Fuck this. This is not happening. We're going to figure this out, and spirited him away. I do think that he told them, and I think he had plans to turn himself in. Yeah. And he wanted to see the family, and he wanted to make some memories before he decided to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Turn himself in.
Yeah. And then he bailed. Just absconded. Maybe suicide. I don't know. Okay, so do you think he's with us still?
I am not convinced that he's still here, no. But I'm not going to say one way or another, because usually when I reach out to spirit, I get something called a ping, right? So I'll reach out to the spirit, and the spirit will ping me back, as in an awareness that I'm reaching out. Now with Brian, the tentacles go out, the ping, it's so far away, I'm having a very difficult time receiving the ping back. That's the only reason I'm not saying one way or another, but I have a sneaking suspicion he's not here.
Yeah.
Dead?
The more I've thought about it, the more it felt maybe what we were picking up on is emotional resonance of somebody who's no longer with us. As I was going to bed last night, just kind of reliving it, I was like, man, I just don't know if dude's with us anymore. I really don't think so. And that fucking makes me mad. That makes me pretty mad, but I really do think there's something to the hopelessness of a feeling I got. There's just a feeling I had. I was just like, man, I don't know. I agree with Daz, you know what I mean?
I will say that in my experience of working with spirits, if they die in a particularly tragic way, let's say suicides, not all violent crimes, but depending on their death state, right? The mental, emotional, energetic state they're in while they're passing, it can make it particularly hard for them to return to us. I know that suicides, whenever I've worked with somebody who passed from that, their communication style is always so much more subdued than somebody, and the same goes with overdoses. Those are the two types of deaths that I guess I have the hardest time speaking to, only because the communication feels very one-sided. And I do say that depending on how you pass, depending on the emotional, mental, and physical state you're in, that's going to have a huge impact on how you're able to communicate with somebody like me or any other kind of methodology afterwards.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. That, there's it felt very, yeah, okay, I get what you're saying there. Like that, something that's not like there was it's hard for me to find the words to say it. Not a darkness, but a gloom or echoiness to the feeling I got off of him, or I got off of your read of him. You know what I mean? Like, you're an emotionally resonant person, by the way. Fascinating. Arianthius too. Fascinating. Love to surround myself with you kinds of cats. I feel like a moth sometimes. To a lamp, if that makes sense. But there was like a gloom, a hopelessness, this not a coldness, but like cold, sweaty skin. Does that make sense? Like something disconnected and gone almost. Like,
tell me a little bit more about what you were feeling during that portion.
Well, it was weird. I was genuinely. What's weird is I was genuinely feeling a fucking coldness on the right side of my goddamn body when you started talking about it. Like that weirded me out. Like, I was almost speechless. Like, rewatching the stream, I was like, I couldn't even react. I was like, man, am I about to puke? but yeah, like I, felt the cold on the right side of my body, but then almost a gloom, this kind of damp. I have a frequent dream where I'm trying to make my way around on a cold stone floor or concrete floor, and it almost brought me back to that. It's almost a hopeless dream I have, a reoccurring dream I have, and so my brain started attaching it to moments where I've felt certain ways. Does that make sense? That's how my frontal lobe kind of works. I start finding pattern in energies or feelings I have. So like, I was associating things I've gone through with the feelings I was feeling, and it all felt like, like calling out for your mom, being alone. These moments where I know I have to face the next few months like by myself completely, and I always have those moments hit me in the shower when I'm getting out. I'm cold and I'm damp. Like, I can't get over how spot on you were with that feeling. Like, it was like you pulled that out of my brain. Like, holy shit. That was the exact like vibe I was getting.
Well, it points a lot to you being very energetically sensitive, because spirit works within our own. We have kind of a Rolodex in our heads about our experiences, our symbolism, our different things that mean different things, and that's the way spirit works. So if somebody wants to talk about, let's say, their grandfather, more often than not, I will see a picture of my own grandfather, because they want me to pull up that experience within my own understanding. And so you saying that actually makes a great deal of sense. It means that you yourself was tapping into the same energy and spirit that I was. And I think that was the point of me asking you all to sit quietly and kind of tap into his being. So you yourself were picking up on not just what I was saying, but about the energy I was actually tapping into.
Yeah. Special guest makes a good point in the chat. You're cold and damp the moment you're born. Yeah. There was a fetal hopelessness. Is the best way I could put it. Definitely. Oh, and special guest, real quick. Shout out to Az. He heard that Joseph Farrell reference and made Angel comment in the chat like, I'm a huge Joseph Farrell fan. Special guest is the guy I talked to, my co-host. He turned me on to Joseph Farrell, like Giza Death Star and all that. Like, that's News and Views and all of Joseph Farrell stuff. God, I think I saw a special guest reading some Joseph Farrell like 13 years ago. Oh, you think Merk's 37? I'm actually only 30. Which is hella impressive. I'm pretty well past my expiration date. Fucking pumped about it. But and that's how I look at things like that, right? So I like you guys kind of heard my theory on I recognize that I'm a human limited by my hardware, so I do my best or my brain does its best to start making patterns out of randomness, right? That's its job. That's my frontal lobe's job, and that's where I've spent the most time. Probably is putting myself in other people's shoes. You know what I mean? And trying to make those relatable experiences something that can pop up. Much like you talk about in your field, in music, you kind of have to be that way. It's nice to have relatable experiences and be able to translate that into your art.
Like what Zombie said here, if my wife turned out dead, the very last thing I'd do is run. Well, I think that, and I had a hard problem with that too, is thinking, well, if this was a freak accident, which seemed very likely because of how obviously in love they were before this.
Yeah.
I had it's the fact that he just left her body out there in the wilderness for like bears and tigers and whatever to go after it, and then his parents just shut up. And he is nowhere to be found, and they hired a lawyer. I think the way they handled it, it's just fucking, it makes them look really bad. Yeah. And it's easy to hate them, especially when you're leaving the other family out to dry, to hang out to dry. Yeah. And so I think that, I don't know, man. It's hard, for me, it's hard to think, okay, this was just a freak accident, when how shady their parents have been acting. Like, I don't know. Man, we'll find out here in less than an hour. Fuck.
Yeah.
Have we perhaps him actually not being the one? Have we even talked about him maybe not being the one who killed her?
That is an interesting theory, especially with the other murders that happened in the area.
Yeah.
I think Mark and I touched on it, but then we were very quickly like, no.
There's no way. I don't think that I still don't. I mean, if it comes out that she was shot to death, I think that there's like cause to be okay with some of that speculation. But like, again, I haven't seen anything black and white to confirm that Brian's a spree killer or a serial killer.
Yeah.
And now I feel like I have a bit of mystical insight into him. Oh, hello. Welcome, John.
Hey, can I ask a quick question?
Of course.
I need you. Well, I need to take you back like I usually do off the topic, but it's about the Brian thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm having a hard time. I wanted to say one thing real quick, though. I said this in text yesterday, and I mean this. The one good thing that's come out of this tragedy is I discovered you guys.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah,
I was reading my, when you hit Google for something, it gives me some news items. So a couple of weeks ago, I'll make this fast. A couple of weeks ago, I'm reading about this local girl because she worked here for a short time, and she's missing in the whole story. And I went on YouTube to see if I could find any background. And one of the thumbnails was yours, and I just clicked on it. I tried a couple other places, and these guys seem like assholes. These guys are just doing it for the money, I think. But that's here or there. So anyway, one thing I've been listening to this story, the whole investigation, following it along like everybody else. I don't understand, if you could break it down for me, the Mustang car. Okay, is he supposed to have left on the 13th of September with the Mustang, and then the parents went and retrieved it, or what's the deal there?
I don't really recall the details with the Mustang in exact, right? So I do know that there was speculation that Cassie was driving around Brian's Mustang for a period of time, but that was her Mustang.
They went and picked it up. They actually picked a Mustang up from down there in the Carlton Reserve or something.
Yeah.
They picked up that Mustang. The parents did.
Yeah.
And I just haven't heard a lot mentioned about it, and I just found that peculiar that if your kid's out there hiking, why would you go and take his car?
Well, Yeah.
That was the thing that I kind of jumped on too, because that's what happened. He was supposed to take the Mustang. Hi, buddy. And when he took it out to hike, and then they went looking for him, and they found the Mustang, so they brought the Mustang home. It's a very strange thing, and it's something that I've often wondered. If you think your kid is lost in the woods somewhere, why would you take their mode of transportation home?
Well, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I thought I heard Cassie say that the situation was that it was their Mustang and the parents were returning it because they brought two vehicles initially but left in one because I think somebody had some drinkies.
There's some confusion with.
That's what I thought I heard about the Mustang.
I just thought it was bizarre. I didn't quite catch how that was supposed to have gone down in the timeline, so yeah. I appreciate it.
Oh, for sure. I'm pretty sure. I bet you anything it's been forensically fucking scrubbed like a motherfucker. I bet you they've popped in there.
I mean, forensic reports on tire tracks. Is it possible that one car, I know that they took, you said they took two and then left in one, but is it possible that he drove one car out, got into another, and left?
Interesting.
Yeah, very actually. That's, yeah. When you have multiple vehicles floating around like that, anything could really happen. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, stimulating though. That's hey, we got Jameson in the chat, gang. Jameson showing up. But that's Sunbeam Farm says there's a few good recent videos out on the timeline of the Mustang with recent statements from the lawyer. Yeah. See, I got a feeling. Let me see real quick. Let me just go ahead and pop this open while I got a browser open.
Not trying to confuse things,
Oh, not at all, John. Not at all.
I mean, if we're going to really look into the finer details,
yeah.
I think
did Brian?
And I'm thinking,
if Brian accidentally killed him, and let's say he freaked out. He doesn't want to go to prison. He doesn't want to go to jail, go to prison for murder. So he freaked out, and the first thing he did was he called his mom. Mom, I'm so freaked out. I made a big mistake. Abby's dead.
Yeah.
And then she's like, what? And she has experience with, I think she's somewhere in the legal system, like a clerk or something. I can't remember what it was, but she probably said, okay, well, they simply probably the reason they've acted so shady and hired a lawyer is because they're trying to protect their kid who they feel made a big mistake in a big accident. I get that if that's the scenario that's going to play out here, but at the same time, your son fucking murdered his fiance, and their family has been begging you to find out where she is because she's not responding to them, and you never said a fucking thing to them. How dare you?
Yeah,
exactly.
Dude, that's disgusting.
I'm thinking blunt force trauma is what they're going to come up with. One of those situations like you see in the movies where maybe he got really mad, he smacked her, she went down and hit her head on a rock or something. I mean, I'm not trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I'm just saying if the scenario plays out, that's what I think it'd be like. Or he took a rock and lifted it up above his head and smashed her face. I don't know. But I have a feeling blunt force trauma is going to be what it's called because since they've said obviously a homicide, they must have some indicators to let them know that it's a homicide.
See, that's why I think it might be strangulation. I think they might have a broken bone in the neck.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Brian Enton Brian Enton just put up a post saying the FBI is not going to be on the press conference. So I'm kind of skeptical at this point that they're going to give any kind of major details like that.
Damn it. These hoes.
Man.
Yeah.
Man.
Let's hope they don't queue us up for another bunk-ass fucking press conference.
I know. I just have this weird feeling it's going to be super vague. I really hope it's not, though.
Oh, wait. It's the Teton County coroner anyway, so we don't need the feds' information. The coroner is the person who's going to rule that for the feds anyway.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Body over to the FBI?
I'm pretty sure. They're going to do their own forensic, analysis and stuff. But because it happened in Teton County has to, their coroner would be the first person to respond and check it out, and it's in his jurisdiction to rule cause of death and things like that. So, he would know. He would know. It's still the dude we're getting. So hopefully we get some juice from Teton County. But if the feds have come forward and said, hey, you can't talk about this or that because of the investigation, then he'll have his fucking hands tied. Yeah.
The U.S. Attorney says U.S. Attorney's Office in Wyoming says, quote, this is not our press conference and our office is not commenting on the case, quote.
Damn. That's fucking nuts. Man, now it's suggesting Dog the Bounty Hunter fan Twitter pages. So, hey, you Dog the Bounty Hunter fan? No. We've decided yesterday we're not Dog the Bounty Hunter fans. We are not.
What did we miss?
Well,
I'll always love Dog the Bounty Hunter. I mean, yeah, he say some racist little things? Yeah, but I mean, that was a long time. People change. I think he has a good heart. If you watch when he apprehends people in his show and stuff, he's not a piece of shit bounty hunter that just wants to get the bounty. He literally has basically an intervention with every single person he goes after.
Well, yes, but no. But that doesn't mean, we can separate the art from the artist. Sure, the show is great. His on-screen personality is just fine. But as an individual behind closed doors, he's using big words, man. Some pretty big words. And yeah, we just all, basically as one big consensus, decided he's probably still like that behind closed doors. He just had a new lawsuit open up for breach of contract on the show he is shooting right now for not just homophobic slurs, but racist slurs. So we know he hasn't learned. We know he's not changed. He's still the same kind of. He uses the N-word openly.
What a scumbag.
Yeah, he's using big words, and we even checked the context in which he's using the N-word, because he released one statement. He said, "Oh, well, I thought I had a pass because I'm Apache." That was his apology. That was his apology, by the way. I have a pass because I'm Apache.
I'm fucking sorry?
Yeah.
For saying the N-word.
Yeah. So we asked everybody who was of indigenous descent, do you have a pass? And we had Lux here with us, who is both black and indigenous, and she was like, no. The hell no. Like, you don't get a pass. No. So like,
maybe they'll bring in Steven Seagal next.
Boy,
is he still alive?
Do you guys know what he's up to?
Yeah.
He's in Russia.
He did a show one time where he was a police officer, apparently.
He sure did.
And he has put on a couple of pounds, I do say so myself.
He's got a goatee brought to you by Entman's. He looked like he just straight glued a chocolate donut to his face. Yeah, no, Steven Seagal, looks like he's doing nothing but double fist and baklava over in Russia right now. Like, that's right. He's looking thick as a biscuit. That's for sure. He's got that hard gut too, like it's nothing but raw beef dishes and baklava. But he's been living in Russia, making movies in Russia.
Well, as he got fatter, I noticed his coats got bigger and longer.
Are we talking about Steven Seagal?
Oh hell yeah! His last 4 movies, they've only shot like all of his action sequences are shot from the waist up.
Oh yeah,
he's gotten that fat, like it's become corpulent. Like he looks like Peter Griffin dressed like Steven Seagal. And
I know, it's ridiculous.
And he's got to cool it with the fucking spray hair, because he's got a thicker hairline than he did when he was in his 30s. And that's just
that's like they said about Shatner when he did Star Trek: The Motion Picture. It was 10 years since the 60s, and Sulu said he came on the set, he barely had any hair in the 60s, and now suddenly he's got this head full of lush hair.
Thick, luscious hair, a girdle. You know what I mean?
How boss you need to be standing there next to Vladimir Putin in Russia, just looking like best friends, dude.
Oh yeah, here I'll pull up a photo. Yeah, no, Steven Seagal, and again, look at his goatee. That thing's brought to you by Entman's. That's a fucking donut. Like, that's a fucking donut. And he's always dressed like he's just left a dojo.
Yeah. Dude, I was seriously expecting him to show up a week after Dog the Bounty showed up at the Laundrie store.
Oh, yeah.
Like how epic for that again.
Well,
yes,
not me, only because I know he's an expat now. He took that Russian envelope. He did. He took that Russian envelope, boy, and he's been making some lame ass films. Like what is it?
He's a Russian citizen now?
Yeah.
Direct to video stuff.
Man, I mean, I would do that all day too. If I was best friends with Putin, I wouldn't give a shit. If you're best friends with Putin living in Russia, you got it made, boy.
Yeah.
You got it. You're living like a king, like a lord.
Yeah.
You won't have to want for anything.
Yeah, exactly.
My favorite part on when Steven Seagal was a Louisiana sheriff was that, well, okay, number one, that show just kept peeling back the layers of Steven Seagal like an onion, right? Like, but it's always something new with this fuck. He's like an owl, right? There's always something new you're learning about him. Like, god damn it, there's no way you actually did that. He's like, I'm a Louisiana sheriff. Like, fucking since when? He's like, I have been for 12 years. Like, so when do you talk like that? And then it's like, and then it comes out he's a blues musician. So I've been playing guitar like since the fuck when? He's like, fuck, my whole life. Like, when you were learning swords in Japan? Fuck off. And then he busts a fucking dogfight with a tank. That show was insane. But no, he got in legal trouble here for he got caught with a prostitute.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he got caught with a prostitute in New Orleans, where he was a cop.
Oh no.
Yeah, but you know, like an Elvis level cop, where it's like, yeah, we give him a badge, we let him shoot the show.
Yeah.
You know, it's Steven Seagal. Fuck it. You know, Under Siege 2. Fuck it. Tommy Lee Jones is downright frightening when he was a young man, or an old villain, whatever he was when he was younger. Was it Under Siege 2? Tommy Lee Jones was in.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh man, well, there's one where Tommy Lee Jones is like a leather jacketed baddie, and he's a tough motherfucker. But yeah, Steven Seagal throws his ass around a submarine or a plane or something.
What's it called?
I want to say it was Under Siege 1 or Under Siege 2 that Tommy Lee Jones was in, but I forget. Okay. I guess I could IMDb it, but Seagal Undercover. It's a special guest. Yeah, if Steven Seagal went undercover as like a pizza delivery man just trying to infiltrate the laundry home. Because he's Steven Seagal, so he doesn't know how pizza men work. He doesn't understand that, like, they don't get invited in for tea and shit. So he's like, I got just pizza. And they're like, thank you. He's like, well, can I come in? And they're like, no, and close the door. Credits roll.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Seagal's kind of a joke. I think we've collectively decided, I guess, as a channel to view what the consensus was yesterday, that Dog's a joke. He's kind of damaging to the situation as a whole, because he's being just as bad as some of these clickbait YouTubers, where he's just showing like days old information like he found it.
Right.
Yeah.
And again, I can't stress this enough. How many bounty hunters have you guys heard of through history that put their own cash bounty up for someone they're chasing?
Yeah. I think that the overall consensus is that Dog the Bounty Hunter sucks, but Chuck Norris is a god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Chuck Norris will never be bad.
Yeah, Chuck Norris is the shit. Guys, I rewatched a good chunk of Kung Fu with David Carradine recently. That's a good time. Kwai Chang Kang, dude. Dog is a good Halloween costume. Yeah, it's a good Halloween costume. It's a really endearing character. I'll always love the show, particularly season 1 and 2 of the original Dog the Bounty Hunter show. Again, I called Decine bail bonds. They've cussed at me. They've told me to quit fucking calling, brah. Like, I love them. I'll always love that part of them, but man, yeah. Send in Boba Fett, says John Branch. I kind of wanted to bring up Boba Fett if we're talking in the realm of honestly on-screen bad bounty hunters. Like, Boba
That's the one I was going to talk about.
Yeah, Boba didn't get cool moments till just now. Boba is a bad bounty hunter in the original trilogy in particular. Number 1, he incinerates people against Darth Vader's orders, because I'll always believe that he fucked up Emperor, like he melted them, and that's why Darth Vader in Empire Strikes Back is like, no incinerations. Oh,
jeez.
It's because he's fucking Overkill McGee over here. and then straight flies himself into a Sarlacc pit after getting cucked out of his own bounty by the dude who hired him to do it. But again, Boba did not catch Han. Darth Vader did himself with the help of Lando. So, again, why are you here, Boba? You are the worst bounty hunter in the galaxy. You know.
If you could be in any reality show, past or present, what would it be?
The Office.
What, dude? I'm gonna be redneck, and I'm gonna say Storage Wars.
Oh, okay, that's a good one too.
Yeah. Going through all those expired storage units and all the they come across some amazing gold, like history.
Do I have
really
to be
rare items?
Do I have to be
You know,
broke?
most of that's fake.
Do I have to be broke ass me, or can
Yeah.
I put myself in a rich person's show?
Oh, dude, if you want to be part of the Kardashians, you go for it, baby.
Well, and not just the Kardashians, baby. I want to be in season 1 and 2 of The Surreal Life. I want to watch Flavor Flav and Brigitte Nielsen fall in love in person.
Oh my god.
What a weird request.
I want to see that happen. I want to watch him crawl on top of her. I was fascinated. Would you guys remember when Brigitte Nielsen and Flavor Flav hooked up? I couldn't stop watching. I couldn't stop.
No, it was a train wreck and it was great.
I couldn't stop. They genuinely loved each other. There was something there, I'm convinced. Like, they kept in contact till Brigitte passed. Flavor Flav just had a new kid like a couple years ago, by the way. Like, bro's leaving seed like Genghis Khan. Like, here in like a couple hundred years, we're gonna find out like 1 out of 5 people is a direct descendant of Flavor Flav. Or or ODB, who had like 20 something kids or 12 kids or something. But yeah, straight up, Cobra.
A lot of Deadliest Catch. Sure.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was saying I have a lot of experience with the Deadliest Cat show from fishing out there for so long.
Oh, what was his name? The captain that passed.
Phil,
Captain Phil, dude. Oh, yeah. I was in the grips of my opiate addiction when that happened. But we partied for Captain Phil.
I'm already a part of Finding Bigfoot.
Oh gosh.
Her boss is a reality star, guys.
He is.
It would be fun to camp out there somewhere where Bigfoot's supposed to be and get all superstitious and shit and just get real quiet, and you're out there like in a campfire and you hear a little bit of rustle in the bushes. Ooh, spooky.
Yeah.
And then boom, it's one of my dogs.
I know the chat did not just bring up, I know special guest did not bring up Puck from The Real World. That's the grossest motherfucker who's ever been on reality TV. That's a gross ass speed freak of a fucking 90s ass dude on MTV. Holy shit. Sorry. They're throwing back to, I don't know if anybody remembers Puck from The Real World. But Puck was gross, man. He had a cribs where he just straight picks up dog shit and throws it out into the yard because the dog shit in the house. Like, dude was gnarly. Like, truly, like the Gigi Allen of The Real World.
That's
I think the most vile person on MTV was Andy Dick in the late 90s.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand him.
What cracks me up is every couple of months there's like people stirring up trying to cancel Andy Dick, but it's like you can't cancel him for doing what we paid him to do. Like,
right. It was also the late 90s. Everything was so edgy back then. Like, everybody could say what. I mean, you had WWF Attitude Era Wrestling at the time.
Yeah. Canceling Andy Dick for groping is like canceling Bill Murray for catching ghosts. Like, it's what we fucking paid him to do. Like, there's no, he's a Ghostbuster, dude. Is what he does. There's a really hilarious Norm Macdonald moment I heard from a behind the scenes party from SNL back in the day. Right, Chris Farley got clean, and they were trying to babysit him. And at one point, he slips into a bathroom with Andy Dick, and they come out giggling. And Norm Macdonald says, "Oh God, I hope he got high. Fucking dead. Fucking dead. Fucking dead. Andy Dick's impression of Tom Green was flawless. Yeah, I think that Andy Dick is actually a little nice little cultural piece of. That's just a nice little history there. You know what I mean? I'd love to fucking do something with Pauly Shore one day. You know, he's in the realm of YouTubing now.
He's over there hanging out with Big Ed from 90 Day Fiance. Do you remember? Yeah. Was it you with me whenever we met Tom Green in Fayetteville?
Yeah, I was there, and I met. Yeah, yes, I think yeah. I know I met Tom Green in Fayetteville.
It was like the most awkward meeting ever because like nobody there knew who he was, but we knew who he was.
Oh, that's the second time. One time I went and saw Tom Green do stand up, and everybody was getting him to sign shit.
That must have been fun.
Yeah, and you know, I don't like to get famous people to sign shit for me. I don't like getting selfies with them or anything. I like to either have a conversation they'll remember or be the one person in the night, hopefully when they get home or when they get to that hotel room, they're like, haha, that happened. So I went up to Tom Green and I said, I don't want anything from you, but can we just flip each other off as I back out the door? And he was like, I fucking love that. And we just flipped each other off as I backed out the door.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I hope Tom Green remembers that forever because again, I don't know. I'm
what
more
a
into that
legendary
kind of
moment.
I love doing shit like that with famous people. I don't like wasting their time. Fucking bitch, you taking so many photos. I don't want your fake smile. You know.
Right on.
But it was at a bar, wasn't it? Like
Tom Green was at a bar. I almost forgot about that. I think that was
or something like that.
Yeah, there was. I forget what no one knew that shit was Tom Green. That was No, see, this was after that.
This was a long time ago.
Yeah, after that is when I did the flip off thing. I forgot. I should have brought that up. Like, bitch, I think I met you before.
Well, we were sitting. I can't remember if it was at George's or a different place, but I remember I was sitting there and we were with a big group of people, and I don't know if you were playing a show that night. Maybe
I want to say it was George's, and I was playing. Man, yeah, I think Tom Green was at a fucking Where's Lawrence show.
And so we were sitting there, and I kind of I think it was you, and I tapped on you, and I was like, is that Tom Green?
Yeah.
And he was just sitting at the bar, and I guess he heard us because he turned and he looked at us, and you pointed at him.
That's right.
And you went, hey.
That's right, motherfuck, man. That band in particular had some magical moments. Like, in the history of magical moments, that band really was racking them up there for a minute. Like, we did things like Win Our Way to Wakarusa and shit like that. Like,
I remember that.
Really, really interesting band. Fucking 9 people in it though, boy. Touring that band sucks. Just hitting the East Coast sucks. Like, this is like, a tour with 9 people in one van, broke as shit. You know.
Yeah,
but Tom Green's one of those people that's like, his set was so fucking cool. The night that I saw him do stand up, it was at that intimate little UARC Bowl, you know, that little tiny theater venue.
Yeah.
You liked the movie where he became a cartoon artist? That was funny. Oh, Curly, yeah.
Damn, so are we less than 20 minutes from that briefing going live?
I don't think so. I think it's 12:30 my time.
It's gonna be 11:30 our time.
Oh, it'll be 11:30 our time. Gotcha.
In Central Standard, is that the same as Mountain Time?
No. You're going to be
No.
2 hours. Well, depending on daylight savings, you're going to be 2 or 3 hours difference, right? Shane Dawson card reading. Unicorn, that shit was also fucking fascinating as a unicorn. Like, I'm still glad Shane Dawson's come back. I think Shane Dawson is redeemable. No charges have been pressed. No hard-ass allegations against him specifically. He's just done weird shit to his pets. Let's hope he's not doing weird shit to Cheeto anymore. Let's see. Are we going to watch the coroner's report? We sure are. We sure the fuck are. First, Papa's got to go get some more tea real quick, though. I got to refill my cup, guys. So I'm going to kick it over to the Stan Odie ad break. Stan Odie made a delicious ad break he's displaying all the merch for us. It's fucking great. Central is 11:10. Yeah, I wish guys, I want to put just different clocks up on this stream or something, so I know what time it is for everybody. I feel like I live in like a, up on a mountain sometimes. We're surrounded by mountains, and I'm always on a different time than everybody.
Someone in the Discord did break it down per time zone. They even put semi time zone.
Oh, I saw that. That's right. Oh shit. I need to just start doing it when I release the schedule. I'm trying to do like at least release a daily schedule when I have programming actually fleshed out, which Arianthe, before I take this break, we got to get together on Skinwalker. Have you put that on your YouTube yet?
I have not, because I haven't been home except for right now.
Hey, no worries. Thank you for spending this time with us. When you do, again, I got a thumbnail ready to roll for a Merkspiracies to plug it.
Awesome.
So just let me know. I'll be right back, guys.
All right, so what are we up to today?
I am trying to put my life back together, and I think that's just what I try to do all the time.
Yeah, I was going to say, aren't we all trying to put our life together? I'm doing laundry.
Oh, no. Laundry's my least favorite chore, besides dishes.
Oh, see, my husband does the dishes, and I do the laundry. I hate dishes, he hates laundry.
That's fair.
Arianthe, what's the plan for the Halloween stream? What kind of spooky are we doing?
Yeah.
I don't know. See, I was talking to Murk, oh gosh, it was like a month ago, and he goes, as we get closer to Halloween, let's plan something. But we're closer to Halloween, and it's hard to, he's like herding cats.
Should we like prepare maybe like 2 or 3 ghost stories? Like,
I think that would be fantastic, because I am full of a ton of them.
I really want to touch on Elisa Lam a little bit, because that's just one of my favorite spookies. Even though we pretty much... It is. The Elisa Lam case is great. So I don't know if you want to do like legit ghost stories, or if we want to do more like mystery stuff, but if you give me a topic or something, then I can start doing research on it, so I actually have something, of interest to say when it comes closer.
Yeah, sometimes he'll come to me and he'll be like, hey, what do you think of this? And I'm like, hold on, let me go read my book. I really love the Cecil Hotel. I think the Cecil Hotel is an incredible phenomenon.
Dude, the hotel just in general is a crazy phenomenon.
Yeah, I really, really love it. And I know that's really fucked up to say, but like I can't help it. It's beautiful.
When we get, I think the Friday, I forget what the date is, but the Friday before Halloween, we're going to be doing a big like Samhain celebration here. We have we're doing like the traditional dumb supper, and I think that's going to be the first night where I do a full trance channel on camera. So that's going to be interesting. If the footage comes out good, I'll probably post it somewhere. But there's going to be a pretty decent turnout of people here, and yeah, so I'm a little excited to do, since that's going to be the Friday. So I'll probably be free on Halloween, or even that just tell me, what you want to do.
Yeah, on Halloween is whenever I usually do stuff with my kids. Like we have yearly tradition, but I have time during the day. I know people aren't super interested in ghost stories during the day, but I bet it could be something we could pre-record and then roll.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it seems more likely to do like a late night, overnight or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be on that. Were you guys thinking you wanted to do it on that Friday?
I would hope so. Here's what we need to do. We need to bully him into a room so we can talk to him about that. Sometimes you just have to bully him into things.
It is actually the best way to get me to do things. What do we need? What should I do?
Whatever.
Because you guys know I'm here for it.
So we were having a conversation about spooky stream on Halloween.
About what? Stream what?
A spooky stream on Halloween.
Ooh, I love the idea.
Right?
Let's get we'll get an itinerary together and we'll get some times and we'll get some streams set up. I'm fucking into it. I'd love that.
I was asking her if we should prepare, like, if we're going to do ghost stories, give us time to, like, research, 2 or 3 stories.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that.
So the issue, I think, comes with, like, I celebrate Samhain, and on Samhain, Halloween, I will not be available.
Oh, yeah.
So we were kind of toying with the idea of, pre-recording something and then rolling it.
We could pre-record something. I like that. We could have like a hangout, do like a round table, ghost stories or something, or just we'll get a whole itinerary of some spooky stuff, and I can pre-record it and release that sucker on Halloween. I wouldn't mind having the day off too. Fuck it. Yeah, absolutely. I'll find a free spot in the schedule to fucking shoot something.
Let's do it.
Yeah. You should dress up as Alex Jones and have an InfoWars episode, says Stan Odie. That's a killer idea.
That's a great idea.
Fuck. Oh, I wonder how Uncle Alex is doing today. Should we check on him, guys? Should we go over to Infowars.com? Because we can hop over to Infowars.com. Like, let's check him out. Let's see what he's got.
You should call it Data Battles.
Data Battles! Data Battles with Diaper Dan. Let's see here. Dehumanized COVID patient in Texas hospital had a plastic bag put over his motherfucking head. What? Is this? Yeah, apparently it's an InfoWars saying.
What is that real?
And I'm out in the open. They threatened his family. They attacked him. They did
Here he is.
All these terrible things, but he kept fighting. And so that's why I'm still here.
Hella latency between his audio and his video.
Not just being in the sunshine.
I feel for his technical struggles sometimes.
So many good people.
Right.
That's why when I see Tucker Carlson in the last 10 years get more and more awake. Or
This bitch is on radio sometimes, so you gotta watch Uncle Alex. He'll hit you with that fucking, Riders on the Storm, and you're like, God damn it, Alex. Copyrights.
That's what's going to protect me and my family. So I've told you this 100 times, probably this year already, and thousands of times over the years. My job is to become obsolete. My job is to turn the tide against tyranny and things be so good and people know what I know about the New World Order and how to stop it and how they operate to such an extent that I have become passé. I have become redundant. I have become where I don't even, really matter anymore because it's accepted knowledge. So you've been attacked, you've been demonized for supporting liberty, so have I. It's okay. God's watching, and that's all that matters. And we've been vindicated.
See, he's kind of gone into, Alex has hopped over into the world of, like, evangelical Christian beliefs.
Yeah.
When Trump became president. That shit hit him like fucking, we voted in Trump and he found Jesus the same fucking time. What a fucking weird year, 2016.
Yeah.
You think Alex Jones does cocaine? I think Alex Jones is Bill Hicks. How about that? He won't say that he's not. Even in a fucking recorded deposition, Alex Jones will not say that he is not Bill Hicks because it would be illegal for him to, because it is illegal to fake your own death. And this motherfucker has skirted that shit. When Joe Rogan asks him to look at the camera and tell everybody he's not fucking Bill Hicks, what is Alex Jones's response? He says, you look at the camera and tell him you're not Bill Hicks. And then obfuscates masterfully. Like, he's Bill Hicks, guys.
You know who I miss?
Who?
Art Bell.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Yes, I miss Art Bell. Who was it that saw the old we were catching, I think, Zimmy up on Bob Lazar, and there was some old George Knapp footage, and somebody said it in the chat, and I can't get it out of my head. They said the words, I've never seen them together like this. George Knapp looks like he fucks.
Wow.
And it cracked me up. Young George Knapp does look like he sold every used Buick in town. Scott says, oh, Alex Jones definitely does coke. I bet you he's fucking tried it. He might try it once a year to test the potency or whatever he says about weed. Yeah, Dennis Leary was a good friend of his and stole a bunch of his material. Yeah, very true. Yeah, fuck Dennis Leary. Dennis Leary's kind of notoriously stolen fucking jokes in the past.
I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole.
And I guess that's technically a fucking Louis C.K. bit. You know?
Wait, really?
Yeah. That's I guess
that was like the biggest Dennis Leary thing that I remember, and
Yeah.
it's not even Dennis Leary.
Well, a few years before that, yeah, there was an actual little back when Louis C.K. was young and used to do non sequiturs. That was one of his bits. Was like, what if people sang a song? Like people would sing a song about me. I'm such an asshole, and he kind of does a little. I'm an asshole. Yeah. Dennis Leary straight jacked people like more than once, shamelessly jacked people, and I'm sure he's bought jokes too. That's another thing that people don't talk about in the stand-up comedy scene is like, you know, some people hook people up with jokes or sell them jokes, you know.
Yeah.
You know. Will you tell me the backstory on Bill Hicks, says Curly. Well, he was a stand-up comedian, one of the funniest humans to have ever lived, one of the most insightful people to have ever gotten on a stage and just spoke the fucking straight up truth. And we'll have to watch a bit or something in between streams today, because in the Discord or something, I don't know if I can play it on YouTube, but he was one of the best. He would say things that were too true to be okay with the mainstream. You know what I mean? He actively talk out against the PMRC and bullshit. He was ahead of his time too. Like Bill Hicks is one of those ahead of his time comedians. Like his sets are still very much relevant to today. He'll joke about advertising and how amoral it can get. He'll joke about his you know. I very much wouldn't be here, have a certain level of the candor I have without Bill Hicks having existed. You know, and became one of the most influential comedians of the 90s. Yeah, he was I would say the most influential comedian of the 90s. If we're talking about actual, if we're to measure the kind of comedy that's happening now, we don't get to Joe Rogan without Bill Hicks. We don't get to you know, we don't get, honestly, to Dave Chappelle's openness without Bill Hicks. And that's weird because it crosses a race line, but it's still very much true. Like, there's a level of breaking the fucking hymen on society that I feel like Bill Hicks did that nobody else was able to pull off, including Lenny Bruce, including Sam Kinison, including Richard Pryor. I feel like Bill Hicks did a certain type of thing. And without it, we wouldn't have what we like, the rich, vibrant stand-up scene we have today. But that's me. I could simp for Bill Hicks all day. I'm a big Bill Hicks fan. And stop pretending you're Alex Jones. It's weird, homie. Just, I don't know. Stop. But some people think because of his the things he would say, he was compromised, or the government helped him fake his death, or they wanted Bill Hicks as a character to disappear and someone like Alex Jones to show up, or he took the envelope from the Illuminati and he's now an agent of disinformation. There's a lot of conspiracies out there as to why Bill Hicks did it, why Bill Hicks is Alex Jones now, but you know, I don't know which one of those. I think they're all fucking independently interesting theories. Merc, have you ever been to Canada? Around Niagara, I've popped up into Canada, yeah. But No, I haven't actually stayed in Canada for an extended period of time. I'd love to. I love every Canadian I've met. Haven't met a shitheel Canadian in one. Although, yeah, Drake's a Canadian. He looks like he probably shop at Bed Bath & Beyond in that order. Like he hits each section. Everybody tuning in with me in the Discord right now, I've got pulled up an article that special guest has sent me. China has won AI battle with US, Pentagon's ex-software chief says. On October 11th, in London, reported by Reuters, China has won the artificial intelligence battle with the United States and is heading toward global dominance because of its technological advances, the Pentagon's former software chief told the Financial Times. China, the world's second largest economy, is likely to dominate many of the key emerging technologies, particularly artificial intelligence, synthetic biology, and genetics within a decade or so, according to Western intelligence assets. Man. Nicholas Chailan? I don't know. I'm bad with names. The Pentagon's first chief software officer who resigned in protest against the slow pace of technological transformation in the U.S. military, said the failure to respond was putting the United States at risk. We have no competing fighting chance against China in 15 to 20 years. Right now, it's already a done deal. It is already over, in my opinion, he told the newspaper. Whether it takes a war or not is kind of anecdotal. So yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, AI, we've had, a character over here in the Anglosphere for a long time, Elon Musk, talking openly against AI and the development of it and how we need to go ahead and regulate it and try to control it because its development is getting out of control. And we know Elon Musk is kind of a futurist, so he's not necessarily talking about now. He's talking about for our kids. But son of a bitch, man. China, if this sounds like a pretty number. It kind of sounds like a scorned software developer, honestly, but he could be right. You know what I mean? Like, what if we end up with our own little Butlerian jihad? If anybody's ever read Dune. Ooh, I'm down to do another Brian reading, but connect to the parents. Let's do it, Az. "2 minutes till Gabby's autopsy," says Curly. No, we still have another, hour and a half? But I can go ahead and hop over to the YouTube. But Az, hop in the Discord if you'd like. We can
I am going to pop out of the Discord so I'm not using space. It's snake feeding day, so I'm listening. I'm around. I'm just not here.
Oh, word. Yeah. Hey, feed them little neckies. Feed them neck boys. Skipping that ad.
I definitely will. It was yesterday, but I was at my dad's all day yesterday. I gotta go again tonight, so
Oh, you have no makeup on, Chandra. That's okay. Oh man. I fucking the edge of my seat for this autopsy area.
Oh my gosh, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I had a weird dream the other night. I'm kind of leaning towards blunt force trauma. I know I've been on the he strangled her train for a long time.
Yep.
But man, that dream was very real.
I I'm somebody who'd put money on your intuition, so I'm inclined to believe you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm telling you right now, sometimes putting money on Arianthe's intuition pay off for you. Just saying.
My wife calls blunt force.
Ooh, that's the word of a judge.
I'm leaning towards blunt force. Did you read the dream I had? I posted it.
No, why didn't you touch on it? I did not see it.
Oh man, it was intense. I was like at a campsite. That being said, the van was there, and I reached over and I touched the van, and it was like everything played out like a movie. Just boom, boom, boom.
You think it was you kind of saw blunt force trauma? You saw, yeah.
But blunt force, like you're thinking, like he straight up hit her with something, or he knocked her down and she busted her head or something.
Yeah.
I think he hit her with something to stop her.
Ooh.
Because in the dream, okay, and I'm saying this is all speculation, and maybe my brain is just making shit up, okay? But like in the dream, when I hit the van, I watched it play out like a movie. They were fighting. They got really physical. She ran off, and he chased her, and he hit her with something. And I looked at her and I said, "What did he hit you with?" And she said, "I don't know. I wasn't looking." And I'm like, "Okay, fair enough."
Fuck. Man.
GD, man. GD.
I'm inclined to side with the Merc Mystics this week, and normally. Had a dream you met Johnny Depp, Curly. Good lord. Good lord.
Yeah, see, I have crazy dreams like that too, where I'm like, look, yeah, I met Johnny Depp. So I'm very careful with my dreams, but I've been doing this a long time, and when they're real, I know it. And this one felt very, very real.
Yeah. I've had some, yeah. I should just do a whole stream about dreams. I lucid dream, guys. I'm an active dreamer, and it's fucking lame. The loony went psycho on Brian and then pushed her off, and she fell, hit her head, and with blunt force trauma in the back of her temple. I mean, we'll see, Rich. It's ruled a homicide, so probably not. But we'll see.
I hit a button. Didn't hear any of that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Hey, you go feed those snakes, lady. They hungry?
I know. I should.
Sorry, I kept you in here. I'll do that. I'll pull a conversation. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna play all of this while I grab it real quick. Just see what we got. This is just the announcement that it's the Teton.
Breaking news tonight, we're now less than 10 hours away from learning the autopsy results in the Gabby Petito cause.
Authorities in Wyoming say they'll reveal the results tomorrow at 2:30. Wyoming is where Gabby's body was found last month. Fox 4's Rob Manch has been covering the story from the very beginning. Let's get to him. This is a big development, Rob.
Yeah, Patrick, we've been waiting almost a month for these results to come out. So last week, we did get some information from a forensics expert about why Gabby Petito's autopsy results have taken this long to be released. Dr. Michael Baden says it has a lot to do with the fact that so many questions about her final hours still haven't been answered in the investigation. Now, we first learned about Petito's remains being found in Wyoming all the way back on September 19th. They were confirmed to be her 2 days later on September 21st. Dr. Baden says the tips that have been coming into the FBI over the past month may actually help the coroner better determine a cause of death.
How could call-in
Here,
tips
there's
help?
been a long delay, I guess, because of the concern about not missing anything. But more important, I think, will be the same people who gave police information about the trips they took and how they were seen along the way may find something in how the death occurred.
Now, at this time, Petito's death has been ruled a homicide, so we know someone killed her. But tomorrow's autopsy should let us know a lot more about how her death happened. Now, Gabby's boyfriend, Brian Laundrie, disappeared himself after returning to his home in Northport without her. and there is a warrant out for his arrest, but it is for bank fraud. He's accused of using someone else's credit card to withdraw cash. Investigators have called him a person of interest in Gabby's death.
Real quick, we've been talking about death for a while. I want to read Michelle's comment from the chat real fast. Merc, so I have some adorable news for you. My hubby, before he left for work this morning, kissed me and then bent over and to kiss my stomach. Our daughter responded to my husband's touch on my stomach. That is one of the best feelings in the world. When you go to kiss that stomach and that baby gives you that little wiggle, baby. That
baby knows.
That baby knows. And that's weird. We were just talking about dreams. A frequent lucid dream I have is utero dreams. I dream I'm still in utero quite a bit. I hear things, feel people touch my mom's belly, stuff like that. Shifting fetal position, stuff like that. And, life is beautiful, Michelle. Very, very fucking proud of you, lady. She's getting close, I believe. My son would flutter kick me through my baby mama. Baby mama would be kind of laid up behind me, belly to my back, and my son would kick through it. Kick through her belly, and I'm talking like he's trying to hit them double bass pedals. He's gonna be a drummer for sure. For sure. Yeah, Curly. Yeah. There's actually, I forget the statistics, but there's a certain amount of people that have utero dreams. It's a fairly common thing for us. Remembering that time in our life, at least the subconscious imprints it for some reason. Oh yes, I hope so. Again, I don't think Gabby was pregnant. That's been one of the heavy clickbait fucking things a week ago was, is Gabby pregnant? It's like, probably not. We do know she was planning to marry Brian. So I think the Zimmy theory of her planning to meet up with Rose on Bumble and run away from Brian probably wasn't going to happen. But I'm starting to feel pretty comfortable with that reading yesterday and really processing that shit. Can we trust the autopsy? Yeah, Stan Odie, I mean, we can't trust the autopsy if it's that old fuck talking about taking phone-in leads on the autopsy. I've never heard of a coroner taking phone-in leads to help him determine cause of death. What are we fucking paying you for if the crowd's doing it? Because the crowd, I mean, these call-ins are going to be just as crazy as fucking the shit we get sometimes. Yeah, then she found out Brian was in love with another Brian. Yeah, some people were saying they saw him on Grindr, but I think they might have been looking for a third or something. They're a young couple. You know, young couples nowadays, guys, you older viewers, maybe they swing a little different. I don't know. I've definitely played shows where I watch a couple leave with an extra party, and I'm like, oh. You know, not my thing, but more power to you. Exponentially increase the love in that bedroom, I suppose. Definitely the smell of human in that bedroom. Was a thug the way she slapped that boy. Rich, yeah, you're probably not going to find too many people agreeing with you on the pro Brian stuff. You know. Again, rule of homicide. I've pulled up this article about the damn COVID pill. And guys, let me know in the chat if you would trust a COVID pill. Anybody here in the Discord with me? Do you guys trust the COVID pill?
I mean, it sounds promising. I'd like to see a hell of a lot more than just them rushing it out.
Yeah. Oh man, Michelle, yeah, I can't wait for January to get here either, man. I'm excited for you. Hey, I get baby fever easy. I don't want any more kids, but the other side of me says you want 18, bitch. Stan Odie, snort this COVID pill. Back in the day, that's how I would try it. But can I snort it? Yeah. Danny boy, yeah. I don't know, man. I got a feeling after this ivermectin shit, I want to know the full chemical breakdown. Like I want to see the patent that the FDA approves for the drug and the manufacturing of the drug before I would take any of that. But I'd also run that shit by my doctor, guys, because I'm an adult with a doctor, and I see.
COVID pill just sounds nasty.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like the sound of that.
I don't like the idea of it, especially since they're saying their injectables don't fucking work.
Gas prices.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why?
Yeah. Why would we feel better taking a pill? Is it supposed to seem like less evil or something?
Yeah, that's just a hell of an audacious jump. Did you guys hear about the Southwest cancellations while we're talking about COVID?
Yeah, so they let go of like some 1,500 people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
they didn't necessarily let them go. Those motherfuckers are on strike because Southwest is demanding they get vaccinated.
Oh, that's lovely.
Places they're flying to have vaccine mandates now that say if you employ over 100 people, all of your employees have to be vaccinated.
This whole forcing the vaccine on workers is not going to sit over well.
Yeah.
It's such bullshit.
Yeah. Get two pills, take one apart, and look at it under a high-powered microscope first. That's a good plan, Curly, but unfortunately, I'm not a pharmacist, or good at microbiology of any kind. So I don't know if I'd know what I'm looking at. I'm a chemist. I could probably break it down and try to figure out what it is. There's solvents.
Everybody just needs to move to Texas, where our governor is completely against people being vaccinated in order to go back to work.
Yeah, Texas is historically an opposition state and its own country. Y'all learn Texas history before you learn American history.
That's very fucking true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's been that way since public education in Texas started. That's like part of it. That's a culturally proud state, and will always.
No, we're actually
we're
really close over here to succeeding. Like there's a lot of talk especially in the countryside of Texas, that the governor is seriously considering seceding completely from the United States and being the Republic of Texas.
Well, Texas has had it as a viable legal option, but keep in mind, they've been saying that it stirred up the most I've ever heard it. You know what I mean? Lux is from Texas and Texas royalty. And that's, yeah, like they fucking say that shit all the time. I thought it was going to happen during the Obama administration, for sure.
Yeah.
I thought for sure.
Well, no, it's bad now, though, because of the fact that I live in eastern Texas, but the border right now is completely oversaturated with Haitians trying to get into Texas. That whole border crisis that's going on is bad, man. And we're getting no support from President Biden. We're getting no federal support at all. And so it's like we're already on our own anyway.
Well,
and so it's just bringing it closer to that decision.
That's a tough policy to act upon, in my opinion, the border control, right? So if Biden is to up the budget, which you would need to because you have an influx of people hitting the border and you need to process them, right? So you have to have a higher budget. If he raises the budget for it, next thing you know, there's a smear campaign that he's trying to fucking build another wall. You know what I mean? Like,
right? Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like, no matter, you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't on the border. Here's my personal opinion on Mexico and some of these South American nations that are having massive issues. They have 10 times the issues some of the nations that the UN steps in and we fund to help. Like, you know what I mean? It's a UN, it's a fucking humanitarian nightmare, the border crisis. Like, why has the UN not stepped in? And it's because of resource production, allocation, and who holds the resources in those areas. The UN will fucking, and it's fucking disgusting. Like, South America and Mexico, in my opinion, need help of the infrastructure we've built globally to help situations like that. It's called the fucking UN. We have one in the US. A good chunk of our actual tax dollars go to the actual on the ground UN work. Like, that's where most of their fucking enforcement. You know what I mean? And the fact that the UN hasn't stepped in is disgusting. Like, think about it, man. There's been countries with a third of the fucking problem, but 8 times the oil that the UN stepped into. You know, why aren't we doing it with we're finding like barrels full of faces that have been cut off. There's cartel issues. There's massive fucking issues. There's thousands of people that go missing every day now from Sonora, or the Sonora area. Like, maybe it's a year, but whatever. It's fucking a problem down there. And I think that, you know, it shouldn't necessarily, if it's going to be on America, it should be on America by way of our vote in the UN for declaring it a fucking an issue. It's a problem. It needs help. You know what I mean? And UN style help, like not a wall, not more processing, not us spending weird tax dollars in individual states for individual state issues. I think it's a League of Nations issue. These are people we're calling comrades and we do business with, but we're not going to fucking help them with their humanitarian issues. We'd rather help people we ideologically fucking hate and have no deal with their humanitarian issues. Fuck that. Like, that shit drives me up a wall about, you know, everything south of our border. No, they won't. Yeah, no, the UN won't step in. And it's gross. It's fucking gross. Like, we're more concerned, that institution is seemingly more concerned with westernizing places than actually helping places, as far as I'm concerned, in my lifetime. 11 states in 1861 wanted to secede. Yeah. A bunch of governors threatened it when the initial FEMA five sectors plan was released during the Obama administration. A bunch of states were like, we're not going to be absorbed even if it's a fucking catastrophe. But that would be 5 federal zones under emergency, like martial law and lockdown. Yeah, smoke them out, change forever. Goddamn right. Let's see, we're wrapping up on the 3rd hour now, guys. We've had a really good one. I think I'll take a quick little lunch break and we'll come back for the press conference. And if anybody's in the Discord has any final thoughts on any of the Brian Laundrie kind of tarot reading stuff, or any vibes, or anything they want to chime in with, now is the time, baby. Come on in this chat. Oh, thank you, Sean. But I want to try to get an independent stream set up just for this coroner coverage because, you know, it's going to be a hot topic and I want to talk about it as long as we really can. You know what I mean? Well, Rich, they don't have to cut her up. The remains were found. Rich trolling. Sean, you're the best. Yeah, you really are. But Oh, right on, just pink while cleaning your tank. Do you mean fish tank, or are you driving around a tank? Because we're in America, and I guess you can legally buy a tank in America. I didn't know that. I thought that was just some Russian cultural shit. Gotta get ready for a doctor appointment. Hey, you have a good one, Cal. You have a good one. Good luck at that doctor's appointment, brother. Hopefully they ain't checking that prostate, dude. That's not a fun time. Unless you like that kind of thing. Maybe it is a fun time. I don't know. You guys do you is the point. Let's see. Let's kind of go out on La Palma. Again, all you conspiracy hounds out there, I think if there's a reason the media is, if there's anything the media is distracting us from right now, it is in fact the seismic activity happening on the planet. For some reason, it's not getting the press I think it should. Hopefully La Palma's calming down, but there's a whole new little chunk of Spain. Spain's gonna look a little bit different on a map. Yeah, exactly, Arianthe. Get him, Murkies. TV Canarius. The sonic booms we've seen come out of La Palma were instilled a primordial fear in me. There's something about volcanoes and seismic activity that I think maybe they're not talking too much about everything that's going on in the realm of that, because it strikes a similar primordial fear in the populace and it makes people act crazy. And I want to remind everybody, you know, us Murkies do our best to not jump into, you know, gang behavior. We normally have someone like Jameson showing up and saying, hey, wait, that's quit sharpening your pitchforks, don't light your torches, it's not time, don't do that, it's America, we don't do that here. And I like to imagine a world where maybe more people are like that, in more situations could have a Jameson in them to stop a crowd from going fucking nuts. And I hope if seismic activity does happen anywhere any of you Murkies are living, you don't panic. You do what's best for you. Get the fuck out of there if you can. Get somewhere safe. Get in a shelter and stay safe. Don't go looting, don't go robbing. Probably a bad fucking plan. Yeah, I've learned a lot about seismic activity and just like the different volcanic activity on Earth last week. You know, we found out there are 27 active volcanoes right now, and that's actually fairly normal for Earth. It's relieving that pressure from underneath the mantle. I've also been turned on to the Schumann resonance, which, yeah, it does seem to line up and correlate with some of this seismic activity, which I find fascinating, you know. But yeah. Sean, let your wife check your prostate. Hey, fine. Look, break her off some, dude. I know you've probably tried to hit up what she got going on back there. It's only fair if it works both ways, brother. I'm just saying, she might be a little more inclined if, you know. Do you think Brian is hiding out in empty abandoned shacks or homes? Do you think he's dead? I think he's hiding, says Change Forever. I think Brian is probably dead at this point. My vibe right now is kind of coming off of, you know, following this story and then a tarot read we did yesterday kind of has me feeling like maybe he's not with us anymore. You know, there's a certain level of kind of, I feel like, logic that sets in sometimes about the situation, and when it does, I really do feel like maybe Brian's not with us anymore. So what lines up with seismic? Well, we had a 5.9 earthquake hit Japan. We have La Palma adding a whole new chunk of Spain. We've got the Schumann resonance is going off the fucking charts in certain, like, at very specific times. There's, keep in mind, you have La Palma, you have 27 active volcanoes. We have the potential for more seismic activity. The earthquake and La Palma blowing is going to cause tsunamis, and there's going to be aftershocks for a long time. So the spirit box you saw Teresa implied he's not alive. Yeah, I really think he might be no longer with us, guys. That's just my feeling on it. That's my vibe. That's the feeling I'm getting. Now, granted, that's, my intuition. That, like, I hope I'm wrong. I hope they catch this fuck. I hope they catch him and we get to have 8 more hours of content on breaking down his interrogation. You know what I mean? Like, I really do hope that's where we go with it. But, oh no, ma'am. I don't know. I don't know if it's necessarily going to get to that. But let's see here. Hey, it was good to have you guys with me in the Discord here. G-Man, Arlene, Shane. Who we got here in the middle? We got Justin, as usual, baby, holding it down. I love you, Ryder Dyers, man. We're going to do a 3-hour for the day shift today. I'm going to come back here in just a bit, get my ducks in a row. We're going to come back and get settled in for the press conference, the big Teton County coroner press conference. So everybody just stay tuned, baby. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.